The Chicago Bears go out west and get spanked by a struggling, injured 49ers team. This is the Black Bear Podcast. We're going to break down the entire game. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-host, Chef Wes, to the right of me. Look, it's a lot to unpack, Wes. Let's get the people what they want. Let's no holds barred. Tell it like it is and be honest about everything about this goddamn team. All that and a lot more right after this. We are here for another fucking recap of a loss recap. This is the 7th game in a row that we lost. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it every week. We kick it off with some initial thoughts. First of all, let me get the stats going across the bottom of the screen. There, stats, quarterback stats, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, and some other guys. Initial thoughts. I'll kick it off to my guy Wes. Get back to the screen. Hey, Destin. Stick with us, Destin, because I want your opinion on a lot of stuff, because this is the first game of Thomas Brown and Eric Washington and all those dudes leading the way, and this was probably y'all worst loss yet. Shout out to Smith, appreciate you in the chat. Look, initial thoughts, man. Forever Production said this shit raw as hell, but the Bears fucking suck. G. Hey, look, let me kick it off. Initial thoughts. Look, my initial thought of this damn game. Look, and you know, Wes, I was working, trying to see as much as I can. I saw a good amount of it. I made sure I saw it at every play, but the in-between stuff, I, kind of tuned out. What coach, what coach, who, what, when, and where can come in here and turn this shit around? Not right now, but the attitude. Wes and I already know. But the attitude of this goddamn team, dude, because that was our worst loss by far. Like I was just telling you, Wes, the last one was 29-9 to Arizona. You could throw in the 19-3 against
Patriots.
But 38-13, and y'all didn't. It at not one point did it seem like we was gonna kick it in gear. Maybe if you want to talk about that, when we fumbled, we was trying to I'm gonna let you speak on that one. I'm gonna let you speak on that one. But who, like, at this point, the way I'm feeling, the way I'm thinking, my honest initial thoughts coming away from this game was, who can change like this team? Do you got to move some players out? You gotta, like, I don't know. I this for the first time, and this is 7 losses in a row. For the first time, I don't fucking know where to go. I don't know where to go with this team. That's my initial thoughts of this game. Go ahead, Wes. What you think?
My initial thoughts just overall. I wouldn't even say coaches. It's just the whole team. It feel like they look like a week 1 team, like an awful off-season rebuild team. Like they always newish, and it's just bad. Like I can't blame. Okay, let me restate this. I can't fully blame like Thomas Brown or Eric Washington.
Right.
I can't fully blame them for sure. It was just a whole entire, everybody get the blame. It's no pie. It's no cutting of the pie. It's a bowling ball going down the lane, and everybody get it. It's a strike.
Everybody getting caught in it.
Everybody, all of y'all was out there just looking. Everybody was looking bad, missing tackles, just coverage, just wrong person in the wrong play call for the wrong person. And even though we did a few things, like it was some shining, some lights, like they was kind of.
Was there? I was struggling trying to find a great from this game.
It was some couple things. I see some plays blowing up on defense. Like I said, J.O. got an interception. You know what I mean? Like typical stuff that we do as a Bears, even if I was to go do offense and defenses and special teams, like if I broke it down, like even as a defense, we had the takeaways, we had a little pressure because we don't always get offense, but we disrupt more during the game. We didn't do that major disruption that leads to the turnover. The turnovers just happen to fucking happen. It was just like, oh well, they just happened. It wasn't a reason to get them. Even on offense, like even the play calling, it was slow. It was real slow to build upon. Like I expected more. So if I did have to say coach blame, I'm gonna give it to Thomas Brown for getting slow in it. Like after that first quarter, okay, you a couple weeks in. Yeah, you just got head coach, but you've been offensive coordinator and QB coach, and it. So, like, if it was 38-24, I think I wouldn't be saying this, but because it was so slow, maybe it was because, we would talk about that bad fumble call they called. Okay,
my God.
That was the worst. That was the worst. Like, I've never seen a forward pass go forward for them to say it was a lateral and behind the line of scrimmage and the sun was 47 degrees negative to Mercury. Like, it's like, because I'm watching the game. I'm in Arizona, so I got the Bears game one screen and I'm watching Cardinals, and I see Kyler Murray do the same thing and they get called an incomplete pass. Literally, the same exact thing.
I thought I saw Tom Brady make a historic, I think Super Bowl win, or not Super Bowl win, but Super Bowl run off the tuck rule. I could have sworn, that was an incomplete pass.
It's an incomplete. It's an incomplete pass. Like it's just it was one of those things where, I don't want to blame the refs. I'm not saying they're wrong. Their interpretation is fine. I don't think the Brown audition is over.
That's why I kept it up there. I wanted.
But
go ahead.
My whole thing is, it's always been under entire scrutiny. I was never like, you see me in the text messages and everything. Like, I'm not gifting him the job. Like I said,
absolutely not.
I already know who I would like to see. If I controlled Madden and I could swap names out and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I think I know who could fill those space of head coach and other. I ain't gonna get into it unless you want to get into that coaching segment. But initial thoughts, it was just slow. And watching George Kittle do George Kittle things, I said, damn, we got the same kind of number 85. with basically, like, literally, Cole Kmet is basically the same talent as George Kittle. Like, he really is. He has the same talent as. And I know he dropped a 2-point conversion, but I didn't see no targets on him. I seen some blocking, some missed blocks, and all that. We already know the offensive line and the blocking is trash anyway. We do that week one, so I'm not gonna scrutinize that 3 months in because we knew that 90 days ago. I'm not gonna even scrutinize that. What I'm gonna scrutinize is I watched Kyle Shanahan lose his best player, at a running back, then his backup running back to that one, then 2 offensive linemen, and then the play calling that he ran.
Yep.
He said, you know what? I might not have time to give Brock Purdy 7 seconds every single time, 5 seconds every time. So I'm going to run plays. I can't really run the ball like I would run it with Christian McCaffrey, nothing. But I'm going to run plays to keep this defense leaning left, right, north, south, back, forward to where, okay, now we can open up for this. Now we can open up for that. Because they wide receivers weren't really doing that. Like I said, the first 17 minutes, George Kittle had 112 yards on 4 catches in a quarter and a couple minutes. They wide receivers had like 27. They running back had like 27 rushing yards after the first quarter. George Kittle had like 98.
He kicked it off. The running back kicked it off with that deep pass. Forwards where he just ran a wheel route and burnt them.
And burnt them. It's like, come on. When did that happen? We've been like, and that's the thing that bothered me about this game. A lot of the stuff that our defense let happen, we have never let that happen. Jack Sanborn ain't never really let nobody get no passes over him. Remember, he get interception. He blow people up. Like, it was people above him. And You see what I'm saying? It's like the way it was happening. It's like they said, you know who hasn't been attacked on this Bears defense? These linebackers.
Oh my God. Yep.
Let me get at them. Everybody want to attack their defensive ends. Everybody want to attack they know they three techniques and they secondary and all that kind of stuff. You know what happened? They always kind of get in it. They always kind of slide in it a little bit. They figuring it out. Kyle Shanahan said, you know who I'm going to attack? Tremaine Edwards, TJ, and Jack Sanborn. I'm going to attack these linebackers and see what they can do. And he exposed them because they ain't been exposed all season. They ain't been exposed like that. Jack Sanborn ain't looked like that all season.
I mean, the Bears Den podcast saying cover 2 does not work with no pass rush. This entire scheme don't work with no pass rush. You can't rush 4. It just don't work. We don't got the personnel to do it.
The thing is, he dared us to rush 4. Because you know what? Did you not see the 7 or 8 passes that he just lobbed the ball in the air? And you like, where is it going to? Over linebacker's head into the middle of nowhere with a running back 44 or some random person just open catching the ball. They not even getting no yards out of the catch. They just standing in a big ass pocket. He throwing it. He's lob. It's like the LA Clippers back when they had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. It was literally Lob City for them. That's all they was doing was throwing. Look, think about it. How many darts did he throw? How many great passes did Brock Purdy throw?
But I've been speaking to that though, haven't I? I keep saying when Caleb completes passes, they're tough thread the needle passes. Every other quarterback we play, there's dudes running wide open. But how many catches has DJ Keenan or Rome got where they were running wide open? Even his touchdown today, not many touchdowns today. He had a toe tap,
toe tap. Not many of them.
Everything is tough. We don't have guys running wide open.
That's that scheme with those offensive mindset people who like, okay, I know defenses.
Right.
I know that they're gonna focus on because they've been screaming how we need to get that. Like you said, we need to get that pressure on the defensive line. All right, cool. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to lob balls over your linebackers and send all my wide receivers out because your secondary is nice. So you know what? I'm going to move your – did you see Kyler Gordon out there? He was running in circles sometimes.
Kyler was getting dogged.
He was getting dogged because he didn't know which way to go. He was trying to be he a nickel. So he's trying to be linebacker and – defensive back, but it's like every single other play, he like, oh, I don't even know if I should be back because TJ getting burnt and I need to be and I gotta go and I gotta do and like he was. It was
that what you just said, and it's crazy because we could see it at home watching it. The communication was all off with the defense. They weren't communicating. When you play zone, you have to pass dudes off in and out of your zone and communicate and trust each other. They weren't trusting each other. They didn't communicate
because they haven't had to. Them linebackers haven't had to. Them linebackers, honestly, for the last 10 weeks, have been getting babied. They've been getting babied. The secondary, the Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Briskers, those guys that's been blowing up runs and all that kind of stuff, playing in coverage, been making it a little easier for them to kind of shine. But what I saw today is I saw pressure on the middle of that field. You linebacker. I saw pressure on those linebackers to cover and play the run at the same time. And we found out that, they either they can't or they haven't been planning to.
Oh no, TJ can't cover. He can't cover. You gotta hide him. You can't bench him, but when you good and pass, you have to be able to hide him. And it didn't happen today. Flus was doing a good job of hiding TJ since he got here.
I feel
they exposed his ass.
I feel like no offense attacked those linebackers like they should.
You think it was the first? Kyle Shanahan watched this film, did his job, and said, "You know what? We're gonna attack them. Nobody been doing it. Let's attack these linebackers."
Yeah, let's keep attacking these linebackers. Let's keep attacking the middle of the field. Think about it. They really didn't have nobody. Slants, Jennings, them coming across the middle,
working the middle of
the middle of that field. Most of those are 7 yards across the middle of the field. Right. No linebacker in sight. Who was chasing them? Kyler Gordon, JJ, Blackwell. Stevenson, like we were chasing them the whole entire time because our linebackers were scattered. They were scattered. Usually they'll be there. They'll be there because they can. They can because they're not being pressured because everybody know that we our defensive line has holes in it. So they were like, okay, let's focus on that weak point. And Kyle Shanahan said, like, I'm not going to focus on your weak point because that's how y'all get back in games. Because y'all know where y'all need to be refined at because y'all know where y'all weakness is. I'm going to hit y'all where y'all ain't been working it out. Y'all been missing leg day. How about let's think of it that way. The Bears been missing leg day, and that's called linebackers. And they ain't been working legs all season. And they was weak at it, and it showed. It showed. I'm watching them linebackers. I'm watching them just. I don't even know what Tremaine Edmonds was today.
Would you say this game, if you were evaluating Thomas Brown, would you say this game affects him negatively, or is it just a wash because we're asking so much of him at this point in time?
I think it affects him negatively in the sense of he should have had 20 points.
Daddy!
Okay.
Because like we always say, hold on. Like we say always, like we see like with Caleb, like with a lot of players, we seen what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Now you messed up now. You messed up. Now I can see what you can do. So I expect you to do that.
We've expected that. Exactly.
Yeah, at least 20. Yeah. At least 20. You know what I mean? That's what I was expecting. 3 touchdowns the second, and that's why I'm like, because that fumble.
Okay. Think we lost Wes for a second. We'll give him a minute to jump in and jump out. Let's get him off the screen till he get back. But look, appreciate everybody tuning into the Black Bear Podcast. Like I said, I'm your host, Mark Robb. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, head over to YouTube and show us some love with a hit that subscribe button and a like, you know. We gonna keep doing this. We do this. We go live every week, post game shows. We do preview shows on Saturday. Win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? It's in a game like this, not too much to talk about, but we come in here and we do this because we love talking Bears, just like everybody in the chat. Let's move on. We're gonna move on and give Wes some time to get back in here. Like I said, look, we have the head coach, Matt Eberflus, coming up. We're gonna listen to not Matt Eberflus, goddamn. Thomas Brown. Let me get a man some respect. Thomas Brown. Press conference coming up, and then we'll listen to our quarterback, Caleb Williams, speak as well. But we're gonna move on to our next segment, and that is, and I'm gonna kick it off. Hopefully, Wes jump in here in a timely manner. Great and not so great. This is one of my favorite segments, but the fucked up thing about this game was it took me some time, and y'all might come at me for my great. There wasn't too many good things in this goddamn game. Y'all watched it just like we did. There wasn't too many good things. If I'm going, I'm gonna start my not so great. Actually, I'm gonna start my not so great for this damn game. And what's up, Bear Truth? Appreciate you jumping in the chat. I was waiting on you to come in here because this was some bullshit. Bear Truth said this game shows it was too much too soon and too little too late to see change. And I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that. My not so great. It actually really don't got much to do with this game. There was a lot of bad shit not so great things I could have put in there, but I'm gonna keep harping on this, man. If you follow the channel, I talked about this last week and the week before that. Look, the whole thing. Like I said, there's a lot of shit. You can put the whole thing. Eric Washington, I don't know what his game plan was, but mine is the Bears players. And like I said, it's not necessarily this game. The fucking Bears players, Jalen Johnson to be specific, and whoever else has something to say to Matt Eberflus in that locker room the day before he got fired in that Thanksgiving game. I understand the epic blunder he had, but to have the balls to stand up there and talk shit to your head coach when he's not the one out there falling on his face, He's not the one that's letting running backs catch 40-yard passes at the 1 yard line. He's not the one out there letting. Look, he's not the one out there getting sacked 7 times. So Jalen, that shit, that whatever they did, they didn't tell us exactly what was said, but it was a lot said in that locker room the day before on that Thanksgiving game last week. That's my not so great. These players, and I feel like we want to blame the coaches way, way too much. And it pisses me off because look, we in the, I think I could say I'm a media guy. Do a podcast every week. The media, the fans, we can say what we want about the coaches. But y'all as players, y'all going into battle with them dudes every week, week in and week out. Like I said, the Green Bay game, Matt Eberflus wasn't on his face giving up a 60-yard catch to Christian Watson. That wasn't Matt Eberflus. That was you, Jalen. So the fact that y'all came out here and gave up 38 points to a struggling, injured 49ers team is beyond me, and it pisses me off. I've never seen in all my years watching this team, I've never seen a Bears team talk so much in the media throughout the week. And it showed itself after the Hail Mary, Fail Mary, Washington game, whatever you want to call it. We going down in history for that game. Entirely too much talking from this team. Entirely too much. Like I said, it pisses me off that look, I'm not vouching for Matt Eberflus in any way, shape, or form, Wes. I'm not. No. But I do think he should have been fired. And, hold on, I don't think he should have ever been given the opportunity to coach this team. He should have been fired before the season started. But he was here. I'm not vouching for him. He should be gone. But the players have no fucking right to do what they did in that locker room as if he was on the field getting dog walk with him. That's all I have to say. That's my not so great. That's my not so great, Wes. I'm just getting that out. You just kept popping in. Before I get to my great, and one too many, you want to jump in there and say something about my not so great? I went on a little mini rant right there.
Yeah, I kind of caught the back end, and I've been hearing you for a while, but the only reason, and I agree with you up here. And I agree with you to the extent of there's professionalism in their job for sure. Mm-hmm. But somebody had to make them fire him.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Somebody had to do it. So I'm not mad that they went off, and you right. Everybody needed to do a little bit better, but like even with like a lot of them, like even with Jalen Johnson, it's like, I mean, I can count less than 6 bad plays, and all of those happened in the last 3 weeks from Jalen. Starting with the Green Bay game you're talking about, and he had some bad plays after that.
Mm-hmm. I think he had some today.
Yeah, today. That's what I'm saying. After that Green Bay, that play you were just talking about, after that one, he had a bunch of bad plays out there. But before that, like, they were solid. They were close. They were in there, and I'm like, we got to get him out, because for like we said before that, like around that Pittsburgh when I was in Pittsburgh, but I forgot who they played that when I took my trip, when I gave Eberflus, she was like, oh yeah, but I don't know if they won. I think it's the Jacksonville game. I don't think they won because Eberflus coached well, or it was our talent. It's like you have a job because of their talent, and yeah, they're gonna make mistakes, and yeah, we can get into their faults too, but something had to happen to get them up out of there, because we weren't gonna grow. We weren't gonna be no better. Even if they made a bunch of plays and they kept doing it, like my whole thing is, and everybody said it, like you said, we do this podcast, we C plus medias, we C plus reporters out here. Yeah. So, but even the A plus reporters were saying like, yeah, but they would probably have a better record if Eberflus didn't make that certain decision or make that. So it's just like saying, hey, like you work your butt off all day doing your job, whatever it is, ACs, fixing, driving trucks or delivering mail, but at the end of the day, the mail never got delivered. Or they never opened a truck. You know what I mean? And the product didn't get there. They didn't put it in the building. So you delivered all those trucks for nothing. That's how I think they felt. And it's like, dude, if I'm going to keep, why not? Why am I doing this? Why am I giving my all? It's like Khalil Mack did. Remember how Khalil Mack was? He was so good. He came off that injury, and then we still suck for a while. And it's like, is he even really playing anymore? And he kind of said it one time in the interview. He said, like, I'm not finna give my all in a losing effort. Like, if I know we finna lose, if I feel like we're gonna lose this game not because of me, but because of some type of decision, whether it's refs or coaching or not the players on the field kind of thing. Right. Like even Keenan Allen said, I think the players did enough. We seen in the last 7 games, 5 of those games, the players did enough to get a win.
I completely disagree with that. They did not do enough to get that.
Why?
They did enough they did enough to be down by 3 or they did enough to be down by 1 and hopefully kick a field goal or what other game. They did enough to get to overtime against the Vikings. We saw what happened with the Vikings. We got to overtime. Yeah. Caleb took the sack. The Vikings got the ball back and they walked us down the field. You didn't do enough. You absolutely did not do enough. You don't score in the first half. You don't have any points in the first half. You get in a major hole in the first half. You didn't do enough.
Talk to Bill Belichick and Tom Brady about that. They done it and won Super Bowls doing it. It happens. Actually, look at the Chiefs right now this season. They've done it and still end up winning games. My whole thing is
we ain't good enough to be in the hole. We're not good enough for
games. It's the game situation. It's where like, hey, look at what because you're not gonna come out smoking guns ever. You're not gonna come out every first half going crazy. You're not. No team.
We have led in the first half.
One game. We scored first. We scored first.
That's the last in the NFL. That's horrible.
3. It's the last in the NFL. You know who's right above us? I think it's one team above us. The Chiefs. I think it's us, Jacksonville, and then the Chiefs.
Why? But the Chiefs.
My whole thing is. Right.
They have been winning. We haven't been winning.
Right.
Shit.
And that's my whole thing. It's like that has to do with like, hey, look, figure out where you at in the game. Like we know, and that's what I've been saying. Like we talk about the offensive line, we talk about play. Like as a coach, you have to know, like, hey, this guy's hot, this guy's not. This is what's working, this is what's not. How can I finish this game? When I texted, I said, okay, cool. Let's just finish strong. Let's see what already happened, and let's finish strong. Let's finish out the game. You can come back. You can't come back. You can see what a team is. You can lose a player to concussion. You can lose a quarterback and bring in a backup and win. Joe Flacco on them. You can do all these kind of things in the NFL. It's the coach. And like I said, we didn't have that. And I think that frustrated the players to the extent of, hey, look, we didn't have Roshan Johnson. We don't got this. We don't got that. How are you going to coach us out of this? Because I'm DeAndre Swift. I can't be Roshan. I can't be this. How are you going to manipulate and coach? And that's why I brought up Kyle Shanahan. He came into this week like, I don't have CMC again. I thought I was coming back. I thought he was good. I got the backup who's been working with us since he's been gone. Guess what? They both went down the same game, and they still managed to figure out how to bring a run-type game still by utilizing the short passes, utilizing the crossing route, utilizing mixing, you know what I mean? Doing everything they can to open it up, to keep the defense on an angle instead of saying, hey, we don't got, our first, second, and third running back, but we're still going to be a real run heavy. We're going to run the ball 57 times. No, we're going to do other things to keep the defense shifting back and forward to get that opening a little bit. And if you look at the stats, that's why they run game really didn't look that great. They made plays for sure, but it was that passing to the tight end. It was that passing right above the linebackers, but below the secondary that was killing us.
Right. But my point is they did all of that talking and yelling at your head coach who you've been going into battle with, and you got him out, and you came out here and went you gave up 38 points.
Get him out.
You got him out.
It's no different though when he was the head coach. Every time
did.
we went
Okay,
away.
this is the
Not
worst.
that many. This is the worst.
loss.
This is the worst. Arizona was,
Right, but my point is players play, coaches coach. You know what I mean? And even if you thought he should be gone, it was so unnecessary and
why though?
disrespectful to get up
It
the
was
nerve.
disrespectful. It was disrespectful, unnecessary. I don't think disrespectful.
But I'm saying like Jalen Johnson and like whoever was speaking ain't been. Jalen Johnson, you're not having a Pro Bowl season. You're not having an All-Pro season like you did last year. Why are you talking? You got 80 million, so you're gonna speak up now. DJ Moore, you got your 106 million, so now you're gonna start running your mouth too. Like this shit is lame to me, very lame to me. And this is football.
I don't think it is, especially Maggie Fools. He should have been gone. And if that's what my whole thing is, if that's what it took, because you think if they didn't do that, we went into, let's just say we even lost the rest of these games. You think they were still gonna fire Eberflus at the end of the offseason? You think it was? How about this? Let me change my question. Do you think it was a chance he would have came back?
Who?
Eberflus.
Flus? If what happened?
Let's say we lost the rest of these games, all these games. Let's say we lose the
rest
of all these games.
No, he doesn't come back.
No chance. I don't think. I think if the players would have let it go, I think they would have had the idea that Eberflus still had control. Well, we all knew he didn't have control before the season even started.
Control of what? The locker room?
The game. Football. Head coaching.
I understand, but Flus wasn't looking at the crowd taunting or celebrating with Bears fans however he wanted to slice it. In the Washington game, that wasn't Flus.
But that's his job to make sure that
Flus didn't give up a halftime 40-yard touchdown to a third-string running back in Arizona. Flus didn't do that. Like, I don't.
Yes, he did. He said he did, though. He said, I called the wrong
You know
play.
why? You know why?
He said
because he started
that.
taking accountability. He started taking
That was the only time he did. All season. I swear to God, I can't think of
Flus started taking accountability for everything after that Washington game. After the Washington game, everything was his fault.
Give me a quote.
Everything. We watched it. We watch his press conferences here every game. What was the quote? I take responsibility. That's on me. Everything. No, it was more than one play. Every time the reporter would ask him something,
that's on me. But I feel like I would have still made the same decision. That's what he said, week in and week out.
I'm telling you, after the Washington game, he started taking accountability for shit he didn't need to take accountability for. That's what I'm saying. But that's because the pressure was on him from the media and the fans and probably front office too, talking about, oh, you're standing on this, you're standing on that, this and that and the third. So he started taking accountability overboard. Look, my point is just as simple as this. Go out there and play. You got to make your coach right. If my coach called the wrong play, and they did, as many years as I played, I heard it come through a lot. Quarterback come to the huddle, or if I'm the linebacker, the play come in, I'm like, fuck, he calling this play again. Make him right. You got to make your coach right. You sitting there talking shit, and you on your face against your boy. Okay, players. It's stupid to me. I'm like I said, I'm not saying Flus should still be here, but y'all got a job to do too, just like Flus did. That's my not so great. That's my not so great. My great was hard to find in this shitty game, and this was a shitty game. This was a shitty game. My grade is Bears had a 9-minute drive to begin the half. And it led to a touchdown. We didn't get the 2-point conversion, but like I said,
I don't know why they keep doing that. I don't know why I don't know why they trick these head coaches and analytics of you down 3 scores and it's your first time scoring, you should go for 2. I don't get when you get closer to tying the game up or getting closer to winning the game, I could understand like you down 12, 11. But when you down 14 plus, there's no point in going for 2 now. Because if you don't get it, you're gonna put yourself behind the sticks later. Just kick the field goal, get back on defense, get the ball back, score another touchdown. And then be down 8, 9. And then go for the 2-1. I saw it in 4 different games today, and even the commentator said like that's the new head coach standard. Like, why?
So if
Why
they
being
would have got the 2-point conversion, it would have made it a 2-score game. Without the 2-point conversion, it still would have been a 3-score game. That's why he went for it. But I get what you're saying. Like, you have nothing going
you have
for you.
nothing going for
Nothing's
you.
working. You
Score again. Score
exactly.
again.
I
And
feel that.
then go for the 2-point conversion. Like, now we're close. Now I can put us down 8.
Right. I
You see what I'm
understand that.
saying? Now I can put us down 7 or 9 instead of 10. That way we can get the ball back, score again, and then
who did he throw that to? The 2-point conversion? Was it Cole?
Cole Kmet.
They fucking dropping passes. They were dropping passes all day today.
Dropping passes all day. All day they dropping passes. I ain't even gotten to that. I ain't even gotten to that part. I ain't even gotten to that. Motherfucker dropping passes. Everybody dropping passes. But look, I have to go. Look. I dressed up for this, but that was your great. All right.
That was my not so great, and my great, my not so great. Like I said, I'm gonna just recap it real quick. Not so great was not to this game, but still going back to the players talking shit, and you come out here and give up 38 points and only score 13. Then my great was the 9-minute drive out of half.
Yeah. My not so great, obviously, the whole linebacker room, the linebackers. I mean, other than was it TJ Edmonds? I mean, other than some of his tackles, some of his like run stops, some of his. Other than that, they looked highly exposed. I never seen Jack Sanborn look so lost. Like, I never seen him look like he didn't know.
See, I wasn't able to key in on him because I was but
he was. I'm looking. I've never seen the lobs. Like, I see the ball being lobbed, and I'm expecting like Jo or a Bayard or JJ or somebody to be in that area coming down for an easy pick. But because they took their wide receivers up and out into the zones,
right,
it made it easier for 44. I can't say his name. Kurzak. There's a bunch of K's and C's in it.
Fucking best fullback in the league.
Yeah, one of the best fullbacks in the league. You know what I mean?
Or some shit.
Like catching ball. And like I said, if you look at a lot of, like 7 of them, they didn't catch the ball to run it after. It was like their job was just to make sure you catch the ball above linebackers and land on the ground. It was like 11 of them. We were trying, and a lot of the drop passes, we were trying to catch the ball, turn, and go. Instead of just catching the ball and keeping the drive going. That was the difference. And I saw Purdy, everybody, and then obviously, you know how I feel about throwing the ball to a tight end. I feel like that should be a staple in anybody offense. Go get you a good tight end that can catch the ball. I mean, do we not go back to the San Diego Chargers and Antonio Gates? Do we want to talk about Travis Kelce? Do we want to talk about Tony Gonzalez? Do we want to talk about these great Rob Gronkowski? Like, we could talk about a lot of in the evolution of passing the ball, how essential a pass catching tight end is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, I guarantee probably Cole Kmet, other than that 2-point conversion, I don't think he had 1 target, maybe 1. Less than 3 for sure. Guarantee. And it's like, that should be a part. That should be a staple. Hit it. Hit everything that you're supposed to be doing on offense. Like, dump it down to Homer. I know Roshan down there, but dump it down to Homer. He's the running back. Let's stop worrying about who's right there. Just worry about what it is, the X's and O's of it.
Right.
I seen Caleb step up a bunch of times, and I'm like, just throw it to 20. Just give it to him. Just do what you're supposed to keep doing. That way, when Roshan is in, or if that is Swift, or if that is, you're already muscle memory into doing it. I felt like we fell off of that because we were dropping the ball the first quarter. We should have had like 5 or 6 first downs the first quarter, even if we didn't even score. Drop passes. And then it wasn't even bad. And I ain't even going to put it on Caleb. I can't even put it on Caleb. He got the ball to you. And it was like he was a gunslinger shooting you in the chest. That was pew, pew. Like, it's all up in here, dude. It's all up in here. Like, Not even like I've seen a couple like off the hands, which I can understand. Like if you hit off your hands, fingers are flimsy, kind of, but it's in your chest, dude. You've been pressing 225, 250, 275, 300 pounds, man. If a piece of fucking football hit you in the chest, you should be able to hug that shit. You can squeeze it and take it. You know what I mean? That's my kind of not. So, and I have to say, and it's
I agree. Them linebackers, I didn't, like I said, I couldn't key in as much as I wanted, but I saw Edwards getting dogged. Like, I mean, and then granted, I know he can't cover, you know what I mean? You got to disguise it, you got to hide him. He was getting fucked up. He was getting dogged today. I couldn't really see Tremaine and Sanborn.
He wasn't nowhere to be found. 49
Okay.
was nowhere. He was mucked up. He wasn't even. If he has a tackle today, I'll be really fucking surprised.
You know
I
what?
guarantee you. I can look it up. But if he had a tackle today, I would be highly fucking surprised. He was nowhere to be found.
I'll get that for you. What's your grade then? If the linebackers you're not so great, what's your grade?
I gotta be trivial here. I have to be personable a little bit.
Edmonds had 3 tackles.
That's why I said
that's another $80 million player, you know. Rome. Okay.
My
that's great.
I'm gonna give it to him. My great. Obviously because he scored both times, but just a couple of the other passes, like DJ was dropping balls. He dropped the ball or two, I think so. But some of the passes that he caught were the most wide open passes that we had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think DJ had one of the other wide open passes. And I have to give that toe tap corner end zone touchdown for a rookie wide receiver.
That wasn't even your traditional toe tap. The way he toe tapped that was.
The way he toe tapped that was. It was.
Your awareness had to be at a 99 rating. You had to have a 99 rating.
You're a rookie. You're a rookie doing that. That's a DJ Moore toe tap. That's a Keenan Allen toe tap. That's a veteran toe tap. A lot of the catches that he made was there. He seemed focused in, and Caleb wanted him. And Caleb always wanted him. Like that, even when he threw it to triple coverage, when he put his one hand on it, I don't know if you saw it, when he kind of tipped it away from almost being an interception because it was going to be, when he threw it in triple coverage, like Caleb wants Rome to be the number one receiver. It's showing. If you ain't seen it, if you don't believe it, you haven't watched Bears football. He wants him to be it. He really do. He really do. And I can't wait till their experiences marry up, because it's gonna be a headache for a lot of teams in the future of it. I gotta give it to him. And like I said, he did his thing. Don't get me wrong, like DJ still did some things and did. Keenan still was big on a lot of big plays. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna dog them in the sense but they should have catched. They should have been more professional and more veterans and catched a lot of those fucking passes. And I think the first half we had 0 penalties.
Well, you see the stats going across the bottom of the screen. Rumble Doomsday, 4 catches, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. How many targets? I don't know.
I was gonna bring it up.
I could get his targets. 5 targets, so he only missed one pass today.
And I think that was the one he dropped. And then after that, it was but like I said, think about it. It was only 4 catches, and I like 2 of them was touchdowns, and 2 of them was wide open, and then he dropped 1.
Okay.
Like,
see, you more generous than me. He caught 2 touchdowns, but I really couldn't give any of these, including Caleb. I couldn't give not one player, and I told you this. I'm not voting for any of these dudes to make the Pro Bowl.
Oh,
maybe
no,
Caleb,
I'm not.
I just can't give any of these dudes any credit for anything they're doing this season.
I gotta give it to him for looking better.
Right. And I ain't
Like I
mad at
said,
it. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
you know what I mean, for looking better. Like I said, you said DJ Moore 8 targets, 6 catches, 49. Roma Dunze 4 catches, 5 yards, 42, 2 touchdowns. Keenan 3 for 5 targets, 30. Like it wasn't like it was a lot to kind of give out. I couldn't give it to the defense. I couldn't get it not nothing. I mean, shit, Caleb had a bat down. Shit. You know, bat down his own fucking pass. Can't give it to none of the Russian nothing. Travis Holmes had 0 carries for rushes, and he was supposed to be in the backup.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you trade your backup running back or trade Khalil Herbert for a 6th round, 7th round pick or whatever you know.
And that's personal. Like I
so.
said, I don't think they thought about it in the analytics of like, hey, maybe
of course
we're gonna
not.
get him one day. They thought about it like, hey, look, he's a good running back. He needs to be somewhere where he can be productive, and that's on Ryan Poles being a person, or at least trying to be a person, I guess. But I would like to see, if that was the case, I would like to see more handoffs to DJ and Rome on some run carries, you know, that kind of thing. I would have liked to see us manipulate the offense a little bit more in the sense of, hey, we know we down to 1 running back basically, so let's make, you know, like they did, like kind of like they did with kind of like Vilas, you know what I'm saying? Over in the rounds, let's you know what I'm saying? Like let's swing the defense left and right. Let's hand it off. Let's toss it out to DJ and let him run and see what happens. Let's toss it out the other way to Rome and see let's see what's happening. That kind of thing.
I think it's tough to do a lot. When you got this poor O-line, and I think it's time for me to take an official victory lap. You know, first of all, hold on. Before I do that, look at Wes. I got to take my victory lap real quick. Before I do that, Mama Blues, welcome back. Well, it's been a while since we seen Mama Blues in the chat. Yeah. She been in the chat. I've been trying to get your chats up there, Mama. But it's time for me to take my victory lap. I'm going to take my victory lap real quick. And Wes, you can say what you want about it, whether you agree with it or not. And then we're going to do a Caleb guide. Then we're going to listen to Thomas Brown. Then we're going to listen to Caleb Williams as well. I'm going to make it quick. I ain't going to say too much. I'm going to make it quick. But you see, look, and it right on cue, Jamel Manning. Offensive line is definitely the problem. Now, look, people going to act like they knew this or said this in the offseason or whatever, but no. 75%, if not 80% of Bears fans were ecstatic when we drafted Rome Odunze. Rightfully so. Rome Odunze is a talent. That is a talent that you should be excited for, but you absolutely, I know I was one of the few banging the table for an offensive line. Not just one player, not just Rome Odunze's pick spot or whatever, because you probably got to trade back anyway because your Joe Alt or whatever was gone. But you absolutely had to get this, and I wanted to get this out because the season is over. You had to get this O-line right, and I called it. I kept saying it. I said really the trenches. I kept saying it. Wes, we talked for months, and I was sounding like a broken record, trying to find bright spots. Oh well, look, we got Rome, we got Keenan, and we got DeAndre Swift, and all and I tried, but nothing. Something kept telling me, and I said it. I think on one show, and I think I offended y'all. I offended you and Devin a little bit. No. I think I offended y'all a little bit because I said you will learn, because y'all were arguing me down. I don't know exactly what was said, but we debate on here. That's what we do. We say what we mean and mean what we say. I said you're gonna learn a lot about football this season. That kind of offended some people, but at the time, I felt like if you didn't see what was coming because the trenches were so poorly addressed, that there were more football. There was a lot more football that needed to be learned. But it wasn't just on this show. This was going on in the Twitter, on Bears Twitter and Facebook or wherever you at. People, not just polls, people forgot about the O-line. People forgot what makes Jared Goff so good right now. Jared Goff ain't fucking good. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but come on now. People forgot what's making these teams play well. Like I said, Jared Goff got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta. Give me his second wide receiver. I guarantee it ain't no Keenan Allen. But guess what? That O-line will give him time to hit anybody he wants. Give the wide receivers time to get open anytime they need to. That's one. I'm gonna move on to the next one. I wrote these down because I needed to. I said this multiple times throughout the offseason, Wes. We didn't really get too much into it, but I said this multiple times. Why the fuck is if Shane Waldron was so successful with Geno Smith, right? That was his thing. He made Geno Smith revamped his career. Why the fuck he didn't get no head coaching interviews or none of that? Why are you making a lateral move from offensive coordinator of the Seahawks to offensive coordinator to the Bears? Like, where's your elevation? You were successful with Geno, right? You revamped this dude. That was a big reason we hired him. Why aren't you getting these head coaching jobs? Why aren't you getting these interviews lined up? Why are you making lateral moves? I said it multiple times in the offseason. That was my only issue at the time with Waldron.
And another quote that gave Shane Waldron a job.
What's that?
When they said, hey, look, we seen what you did with Geno. You're getting Caleb. What he said, I am versatile and I have a variety to do whatever it takes to make him great. And for 2 months, he did the exact opposite. He lied on the interview.
He did.
Let's just be honest. He lied on the interview. That's what he did. Remember I said, he was like, what? I said, he said he's willing to do whatever it takes to make Caleb great. Like if he had to change up his whole entire coaching staff, he's willing to go back home, get a blank a blank spiral notebook, and start creating plays for Caleb. That's basically what he told the Bears organization. And then he went and for 2 months went empty backfield, no protection, knowing that our O-line sucked, knowing all this kind of stuff and everything else. And remember, the first 6 weeks I screamed, why aren't we bringing somebody back that'll help block? We need to bring somebody back. We already know it's going to be bad. We know what we did. Why isn't our offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, why aren't y'all, you got 3 tight ends. Like, why aren't you, 2 of them can catch? You don't even need wide receivers out there low key. You can chip block with your tight ends and have them go out there and catch. Like, we had 3 group running backs. Like, my whole thing is.
So are you saying we didn't need through the third wide receiver, Rome Odunze? We didn't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
the double tight end set and have.
I'm just saying, like, change it up. Try to confuse them. Be creative.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see that offense had 0 creativity the first month and a half.
Oh my God, I agree. I completely agree.
That's what I'm saying. And to contrast, I can go back to the game we just saw with Kyle Shanahan. Like, hey, look, I don't have CMC. I don't have my backup.
Right.
What am I going to do? I'm going to do all kind of other different things. He did some of everything. He did some of everything with some of everybody to create positive yards. Even after a while, Brock Purdy started going to get green. You screamed at me before about, hey, you want Caleb to run more. No, I just want him to go get green.
Okay.
You can see, don't okay me. I let you. I give you your high horse, and I'm not saying you're wrong. And my whole thing is play by play, inch by inch. Hey, look, it was 2 plays for sure. I seen that they was locked up. And Caleb, like, turned his shoulder. And it's like, it's a dope. Right there. Go get 3. Go get 1.
I mean, I saw that on the sack that he took in Minnesota in overtime.
Yeah, in overtime on the sack. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, give him the, hey, look, if it's not that, like you said, everybody saying the O line is locked. If I'm Caleb, hey, look, if I'm in the pocket for longer than 5 seconds, more than likely I shouldn't be in the pocket no more. And think about his best games. His best games, he had 6 scrambles for 25, 30 yards. It don't have to be a Justin Fields 51-yard run. But when you start scrambling and getting out of the pocket, that's going to make them defensive linemen, those offensive coordinators try to say, hey, look, let's not give him a Justin Fields 51-yard or a 40-yard run or a 30-yard run. But when you stay basic and simple, oh, he's not leaving the pocket. Oh, he's not going to leave the pocket today.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You can't keep taking 7 sacks.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck how bad that O-line is. You better throw that ball out. You can't take those hits. You absolutely cannot. And now it's starting to become a trend. Like I said, the O-line's shitty. You can't take those sacks. That's okay. Look, not everyone, but
not every single one. I wouldn't even give him half of them. I would probably give him 25% of them.
I will give him half of each one, each sack. Especially
I'm just saying,
you can't take 7 sacks after you took 9 and 6 and 8 in other games. You can't keep taking these sacks, Caleb. You absolutely.
You know they finna. You know who they is. You know who they is. Mm-hmm. So just go right ahead. If it don't look like it's finna open up, go. Most of your best plays this season have been on broken plays while you on the move running.
Step up in that B gap and get
out. Step up in that B gap and get out. Even if you have to run up and then go and look left and run to the sidelines before you get out, throw it away. All right, cool. That's fine. That's what I want to see. What I didn't like seeing was him just in that pocket trying to, just come on, DJ, turn. You know, like you could look at him like trying to telepathically tell them what he wants them to be so he can just throw that ball. Hey, get up out of there, man. Get up out of that. Go. Get up out of there. Go get 1. Get a yard. Get 2. Get a yard. You know the run game. You know it's not. And that's been my issue. And like I said, I never said you was wrong about the trenches. I never said you was wrong. I'm just saying.
No, but you weren't fully on board with me. I need you on board with me.
No.
Absolutely.
I just wasn't opposed to taking a high talent receiver like Rome Odunze. I just wasn't opposed to it. That's the difference. I wasn't opposed to it. I wasn't.
I get that because I wasn't mad at it because, like I said, he's a talent.
Right.
Roma, you sent me the contested catch rate of his college. Dude is a fucking dog. Yeah. You can't be mad at it, but the game does start in the trenches.
The game does start. It does. And my whole thing is, like I said, like I told you about, hey, look, let's go shoot. You said, oh, you want Kyle Shanahan? We might as well go from McVay. Go for everybody. Shoot for everybody. I'm calling everybody. You want your head coach or not? If they're offensive head coach, you want them? What can I give you? Nah, that's too much. Or if they call like, no, we're not. Click. Fine, whatever. Do.
So your thing, do your due diligence. Do it.
Do your due diligence. Try and go get him. Try and go get him. Even if it's impossible, call and see anyway. You never know.
Do your job.
Anyway. Do your fucking yeah. Don't say, oh, he'll never come here. They'll never.
Right.
Call and ask. Let her say no. Shoot your shot. You at the bar. She cute.
Will and deal a little bit.
Shoot your shot. The worst thing they can say, no, yeah. Say no. Fine. Cool. And chop it down.
Hey, mama. Okay, mama. What? Look, because the vibe I'm getting from some of these comments you saying, it seemed like you trying to a little bit of salt on Caleb. Am I tripping, or he wants to make those deep passes? You can see it, and I get he has a lot to prove, but get the down first. Get positive yards first.
Yeah, I get that, but what quarterback don't? What quarterback don't want to go throw that bomb, show off that arm? They all do. It's their job. It's their job to show that they can put the ball downfield. It's their job.
Smith said they do need to design more rollouts, but they also need to run the football more too. You can't run it without an O-line. You see the numbers.
Not without an O-line.
DeAndre Swift had 14 carries for 38 yards today.
And that was it. That's all we had. That's all we had. Like you said, that Herbert trade, like Devin said, that Herbert trade kind of hurt. Yeah,
Hurt.
hurt, I guess, but nah. I
My
mean,
thing is, look, Green Bay beat the dog shit out of 49ers. The Buffalo Bills just beat the dog shit out of them too. They ran the ball. We can't run the ball. We can't run the ball. I mean, we tried, and it's just like, okay, Caleb, go do whatever the fuck, because nothing else is working. Look, this is the Caleb Williams guy. We kind of transitioned into it because we started talking about Caleb Williams, of course, the franchise quarterback. He was 17 for 23, 134 yards, kind of downward from what we've been seeing these last 3 or 4 games. He's been a lot better. 7 sacks, 1 fumble, and 2 touchdowns. Still no interceptions. Like I was just saying, Wes, piggybacking off what you at this point, I don't care how bad the O-line is. You can't keep letting them sack you 7 times. You can't keep taking those hits. Fuck the sacks. You can't take those hits. Those are hits that's adding up. The dude has let me see if I can get the
54.
You got it?
Sacks. I think I saw it on the TV today. I don't even look it up. Most in the NFL. Last time I saw it said 52. I think he took like 3 more, so he probably had 55, 57, something like that. Most in the NFL. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. And we would be fools, Wes, to put that shit all on the O-line.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
You can't. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't. You got. Sometimes you just gotta. You gotta go. You just go. The Buffalo Bills offensive line ain't that great.
Throw that ball out. Like you said, go or get rid of the football. Throw it out of bounds. You cannot let these big 350 pounds. You can't let them put that weight on you. You can't let them keep getting licks on you. You just can't. You little. Caleb,
and some of those, I think 3 or 4 of those sacks, you was in the pocket for 5 seconds. You got a pump fake on, I think 2 sacks. You pump, and then took a sack, and then you did it again. It's like if you can go like this and then pull it back down and have a second to try to go again and then get sacked, I can't. And yeah, I saw that 1 sack that the center, who was it, Sheldon Coleman.
Oh, I did get a good look at that play.
He got dismissed. Let me say the Marine Corps, dismissed. Like it wasn't even I wouldn't even say half a second. I mean, he blocked for like 0.121 second. He was already on his back. I'll run his back real quick, which, like I said, I ain't gonna blame Caleb for that kind of stuff. I ain't gonna blame him for that, but it is sometimes, and that goes back to what I was saying about Thomas Brown. Like
7 sacks. That's something, yeah.
Like I said, like with Thomas Brown, I'm like, we seen your offense score more than this, so I expect more from your offense. Like I said, if it was 21-24, would have lost. Okay, that's your going rate. Cool. With Caleb, I seen you shake that off. I seen you scramble. You know, I mean, granted, you are better than you was early in the year. You're not scrambling back 20 fucking yards. Remember when the first 2, 3, 4 weeks he was running backwards 15 fucking yards and getting sacked? I can give you that much.
Out of field goal range?
Yeah, knock him outside. I can give you that much, but like I said, his best games is when he has 5, 6 scrambles for positive yards. It don't have to be 75 rushing yards. It could be 20. It could be 25. But out of those 6, if it's positive 2, positive 3, positive 1, that's fine. And then it's no sacks on that. And I'm not even going to call it turnover. Like they're going to say in the stats, they're going to say, okay, he finally turned over the ball, maybe. But I don't call that. I don't think that was, I mean, that's you know, referee shit, whatever. Because I mean, his hand went all the way forward. Tuck rule, I don't like that is.
That was bullshit. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was
because Shanahan threw the flag, threw the challenge flag, and they say, hey, no, pick it up. We'll review it for you.
We'll review it for you. Come on. That was and like I said, if you go back and if you want to know, go watch the Cardinals game. I literally like 7 minutes before that happened, I watched Kyler Murray do the same thing, and it was an incomplete pass. Literally the same exact thing, and it was an incomplete pass. And they can't present, but they hate us anyway because they ain't us. But whatever, we suck. But
he said whatever we suck.
Whatever we suck. Y'all just want to make it even worse. But it's like that shouldn't have been. And like I said, turnover stifles progress. My whole thing is this: we 3 months in, and we screamed at the beginning of the season, like, yeah, offense is new, offensive line suck, blah, blah. This defense is going to have to carry this team. And to be quite frank, without
carrying us
Jaquan Brisker,
to the abyss.
Without Jaquan Brisker, it seems like this defense has no idea what they're doing.
Ain't that crazy? And he's just a strong safety.
He's just a strong safety. Like one of the positions on the field that's just like, I mean, you can't name 30 strong safeties in the fucking NFL right now.
No, you can't.
I can't name. I could probably get the 3, maybe 5.
That strong safety position, kind of like the running back position. You can get somebody in there.
Get somebody in there, and they supposed to be. And then now y'all just look deep, like just crazy bad. Crazy bad. I'm thinking Montez Sweat had a sack. You let Brock Purdy get up out of your arms.
Oh my God, dude! I'm at work. Like I said, it's embarrassing. I'm at fucking work. Yeah, just randomly get everybody.
When I can see 9-8 whole body on a quarterback, I'm already celebrating. And I look back up and it's like, what? Yeah, and I'm like, what? And that, oh yeah, but you still got the sack. Nah, dog.
No, he slipped out of that.
Shouldn't have slipped out of yours. Same thing, like I said, I criticized the rookie, the 5th round pick for not being able to get sacks and get tackles for losses because you don't know how to tackle. And then Montez Sweat, you doing the same thing,
right?
And I said it before about the wide receivers with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen dropping passes and Cole Kmet, y'all dropping passes. Then you won't be mad at Rome Odunze for dropping passes? Like I can't because that's what y'all in there telling each other. It's okay if you drop a pass. You pat each other. It's okay. We all do it. No, motherfucker, we don't. Bad. Roll the newspaper up and hit the dog on the nose. Bad.
Spray him.
Yeah, spray the cat.
Spray him.
Spray the fucking cat and hit the dog with the newspaper.
Okay, so look, like I said, the numbers going across the bottom of y'all screen for Caleb Williams, 17 for 23, 134 yards, 7 sacks, 1 fumble, and it was lost. But he did have 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's always good. Wes, let's grade him. We both give a grade. What's your grade for our quarterback, the franchise quarterback that y'all been looking for, waiting for? Now this one we both gonna give a grade. We didn't get to Chef West grades.
I ain't get my we both give a grade.
I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead, and then chat. Put y'all thoughts in the chat too, and let's see. Let's talk. Let's talk about this. 134 yards? We've been seeing a lot more from that. A lot more than that from our quarterback in the last 4 games since whenever fucking Thomas Brown took over. 134 is slim. What's your grade?
D.
You say D or B?
D. Delta. Don't. Disgusting. Devastating. Detrimental. Disaster. Don't do it again.
Oh my God. You got a dictionary right there? There was
we got thesaurus actually, but
the thesaurus. We ain't talking about our quarterback like that in some weeks now. What, a month? About a month?
D. Because he was 200 plus yards in the last month or so every game. Ish. Like something like that. And I couldn't and he was doing other things. It's like he didn't do nothing else.
Oh, let me get this. He's a rookie. Smith. He's a rookie.
Hey. Smith say, hey.
That's that. I'm not going that far. Yeah, that's
look. We going fishing anyway. I got my fishing hat on today. We're going fishing.
Hey, that's what I meant to tell you. Your hat game. Your hat game been on point lately.
We going
Swear.
fishing,
Your
man. We
Bears
out
hat
here,
game been
man.
on point lately. But we got
We
an A
going.
from Smith.
Smith, you crazy, dude. You had
He
some good
said, "Come
stuff until
on."
then.
Bear Truth, you know our boy. He with us every week. But a C, we got Mama Blues with a C plus, and you got a D.
I'm D.
Oh man, it's kind of like you said with Thomas Brown, Wes. We seen it. We know what y'all can do together. We come to expect this now. You know what I mean? We expect a certain level of play out of you and your head coach or offensive coordinator. Coordinator. It was unacceptable. What they did today was unacceptable. Usually they do that in the first half, then we see them get it going in the second half. We didn't see that in the second half. I'm right there with you. I'm gonna go D plus because of the 2 touchdowns. Usually when you throw 134 yards, you don't got no touchdowns with it, and you might have some interceptions. I'm right there with you, Wes. I'm gonna go D plus though.
I thought about D plus, but when I started thinking about some of those avoidable sacks,
Oh my god, yeah. No, I'm right there with you for sure.
That dropped me down to that D. I had to get rid of the plus. He was a D plus though. I agree with that 100%.
Smith, compared to Justin's first year, Caleb has been better. Look,
I'm comparing him to his last 5 games, dude.
Yeah, we not grading based on what Justin was doing as a rookie.
We not.
We grading on what he did in week 13, 14?
13, 14.
That's what we basing it off. So I agree. I agree with you. I'm the first one to tell you he's playing better than Justin did as a rookie.
Yeah, of course. The stats say it.
But this is a D from Wes and then a D plus performance for me. So how about Mitch? Well, Mitch rookie season, he threw 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions the entire season. So he didn't even start as a rookie. So look, we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. D from West, D plus from me. Seemed like we in lockstep because look.
We might as well bring up Jim Harbaugh. What he do his rookie year? Shit. The fuck? We not talking about them.
All right. We gonna listen to these press conferences. Listen to the head coach Thomas Brown. First press conference after a game. Then we're gonna listen to our franchise quarterback. We're gonna jump into some Chef West grades after that. Who we got up first? Like Thomas Brown and me. Okay, here we go. Interim head coach Thomas Brown after a embarrassing loss. Bear with us. You might get some lag. You might get some commercials in here, but bear with us. We can still hear it. We're gonna listen to it. Thomas Brown. Here we go.
All right, so hit injuries first. The Carter had a hamstring. Travis Homer had a head injury. We can continue to try to evaluate going forward. And we got our butts kicked. There's no other way to say it. And open about a better game of the ball, so we can execute better. Now continue to challenge be at their best. Encourage and also demand that we still stay unified. That's a grown man's business. There's no lay down or quitting our football team with our do love. We got to do a better job of trying to find ways to start the games fast, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. I think we do a decent job at time making adjustments, but only at the big so be able with the lead. But overall, not enough explosive on the offensive side.
Well, as y'all know, sometimes when we try to put those videos up, YouTube like to play a kick mark out. So, but I'll continue on the. Let's just talk about Thomas Brown because he's up there. Not fully mad at him. Took on a lot in the last month, but he been around. He been here. He shouldn't. Yeah, Smith. They is. They don't want us to talk I don't want to talk that crap, but and yeah, we'll see.
Okay, look.
Try again.
Let's try this one more time. We're gonna try this again. I don't think any of that played. They kicked me out right away. What I was able to hear, Thomas Brown said some stuff that I think people might want to hear. And again, y'all see it. Video credit to the Chicago Bears. So even if we have some issues, y'all know where to find it. Y'all know how to listen to this press conference here. If we can't get it going, we're just gonna skip the segment entirely. So we're gonna try this again. Smith said they distorting the feed on purpose. We're gonna try this again. I apologize. Like I said, y'all know where to find it. Here we go. Thomas Brown. Let's try this one more time. Maybe two more times.
All right, so hit injuries first. DeAndre Carter had a hamstring. Travis Homer had a head injury. We're going to continue to try to evaluate going forward.
It's bad. It's not working at all.
Things that transpired. We're going to do a better job of putting a better game plan on both sides of the ball so we can execute better and obviously continue to challenge our guys to be at their best. Also encourage those guys and also demand that we still stay unified. It's a grown man's business. There is no lay down or quitting our football team, which I do love. We're going to do a better job of trying to find ways to start the games faster, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. I think we'll do a decent job at halftime.
Wes, can you at least hear him?
Get the ball rolling at the beginning of some games to be able to build with the lead. But overall, I mean, not enough explosive on the offensive side of the ball and gave up way too many on defense. Questions?
You've been an offensive coach your career until this week.
Right.
What are you doing? What's your role when you see the defense struggling and you're down 21-0 in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I still trust our defensive coaches. I still will kind of go back and watch the tape. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't want to make too many comments without having a chance to see it. And great to take myself. But again, it's about all of us, getting back to work, find a way to get solutions and put our guys in better spots to make plays.
You told us about your post-game message to them. How did it seem like they're doing? What's the mood in the locker room? We know what it's been the last few weeks. What is it today? Well,
again, I mean, we got our butts kicked, so the move's not great. But obviously, our guys are still together. Again, like I said before, I'm going to be open and honest with them about what transpired, but also moving forward. And we got enough of the right guys in the locker room from a leadership standpoint to get back to work. So after the day, we'll hop back on the plane and put all the focus on Minnesota.
Thomas, I think it was in the second quarter, Eric Washington gathered the defense together. Did you hear that message that he delivered to them on the sideline?
I did not hear that message, no.
Thomas, how do you get your brain around the slow starts and how consistent they've been this season?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Great question.
I would have already fixed it. But I think, again, just being able to understand how to sell ourselves into a game, be able to stay on the grass, convert on third downs, and keep some drives going is going to be the biggest part of it. So, but that'll be a point of emphasis for us moving forward.
There's a really long way to go before you guys cross the finish line of the season. How do you do your part to make sure that these guys understand that there's still 4 games left and there's a lot of football to get through?
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I'm going to be the same guy every single day, regardless of circumstances. So the message will be the same. My approach will be the same, and we'll find ways to get back to work and get better.
Can you just talk about the experience of trying to show the head coach for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, the goal always, I don't care what my role is, to win football games, right? We didn't win. So that's always going to be the focus and the point of emphasis. And so I got to do a better job, and it always starts with me.
Just
so
say all the right
better to the entire staff. Continue to try to find ways to demand more from our players so we can show up on game day and play the right way. We played a really good football team, and they kicked our butts.
The sacks on third down, what did you see on those plays? And then what did you think of Caleb's game overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think he fought his butt up like he always does. I think continue to try to find ways to get our guys open so we get the ball out on time, but also kind of going back to the slow starts. I mean, when you're behind and having to come back in games, you're kind of forced to have to drop back more, which obviously exposes you more to sacks.
Most coaches get months to get ready for their first game. For you, you had a week.
Yeah.
So how are you doing as far as getting the operation leading up to the game and then on game day the way you want? And obviously you still have 4 more weeks to try to fine tune that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the operation leading up to it was fine. I kept my same rhythm offensively.
I agree with you,
Obviously,
Smith.
there's more on my table when it comes to how I set schedules, communicating with the team multiple times a day. So that's obviously going to continue to be something I kind of work through in the future. But again, I don't make excuses. Whether I have a week or have 5 months, the goal is to win football games, and we didn't win. So that's going to be my only focus today and moving forward.
Look, hit that like button.
What did you think of Caleb today,
as
far as just his
help us get to
kind of journey through the game?
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously the first time I've been on the grass, so having a chance to meet with him face to face kind of makes it a little bit different when it comes to that versus being in the box and being on the headset. But again, I think he's relatively always calm, cool, and collective. Obviously, super competitive. So again, there was no quit and no crying and complaining with him, which is I love and appreciate. And he's a super confident dude. So he's not rattled one bit. We got to find ways to be better for us offensively.
Thomas, did you get an explanation on the fumble?
Yeah, I did. Rule change. I kind of argued that, but it is what it is.
What would they say? And you said rule change?
Just as far as the change of the tuck rule, and obviously it wasn't about his arm going forward when he tried to pull it back. It was more about how the ball came out of his hand. So
first half, I think it was 320-4 in total yardage. How do you wrap your brains around that? How lopsided that was?
I don't. We got a bus kick. Like I said, just didn't stay on the grass offensively. Took convert on third down. And obviously we just gave up too many explosives as well on defense.
Thomas, in 18 days, you went from the passing game coordinator to the offensive coordinator to the interim head coach. At any point, has this felt like a lot now, especially with your first game as head coach in the books?
I mean, not really. I mean, I try to keep it from a small focus standpoint. I think the outside world puts a bigger emphasis on certain things, and I understand why, because the role is big. I'm not going to act like it's not. But my focus always stays on the job I've been asked to do, and I try to be the best at that.
Rome has been kind of in the shadows since the day you guys drafted him because of Caleb being there and the experienced receivers being there. What are you seeing from him? He had 2 touchdowns today, obviously, but what are you seeing from him now as he's getting toward the end of his rookie season? He's got the experience.
Yeah, I mean, Rome has been very consistent from day one. Like I've said before, I think as far as his approach to the game is super mature. Does a really good job in meetings of taking notes, being detailed, doing exactly what we asked him to do. And glad he showed up for us when we had an opportunity today.
Couple more. Okay, good. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Thomas.
They gave hang on. Get this off the screen so we can talk freely. More questions, and they didn't have any. They wrapped that up. Let me most of the press conferences we watch, Wes, them shits is 10 minutes. That was a 6-minute press conference.
6-minute press conference. That's crazy. He went for nothing. I respect him for that. Even if he's not gonna be a head coach as a professional and all that, you gotta respect the man for that. You know what? What you gotta say? Yeah, I don't care how did who do? I don't care. We got our butts kicked. Let's be honest.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Why sugarcoat it?
What week we heard that from our head coach? We got our butts kicked. How many times we got on here and said we got? I mean, you in a text message like, dude, we getting dogged out here. They bums. They bad. We got our butts kicked. Oh, Caleb was looking good. Yeah, he's gonna keep it. But we got our butts kicked. Oh, Rome, yeah, we got our butts kicked. What do you the defense? I have to look at the table, but guess what? We got our butts. Let me let y'all know. Guess what? I realized as the head coach, I got my ass whooped today, and I'm finna spend the next week, hopefully, not letting that happen again.
Look, subscribe. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-host, Chef West. Look, he say all the right shit. And West, I keep saying this. I've been told you. I said it. My focus was on Thomas Brown. Once I see what we have in our building isn't working, or just then I will move on to the next candidates or the pool of candidates. Right now, my focus was him. He was saying the right things. The players was liking it. And I just felt like if I was a player and I'm listening to him speak as opposed to Matt Eberflus. Now, I was going to run through a brick wall for Matt Eberflus too. But now I can relate more to Thomas Brown. I understand what he's saying. I wanted this for him. I keep saying that every week. I wanted it for him, man. I wanted the Green Bay game for him, the Detroit game for him, and was the Viking game. I wanted those. I wanted them for him. They not getting it. This was unacceptable. I'm not about to sit here and try to make like.
I'm not gonna glorify nobody. We got our butts kicked. We lost.
There you go right there. Mm-hmm.
We didn't. It ain't no. Oh yeah, and that's my whole thing about the whole even. It's like in that point in time, But I think we did the right thing. Now he didn't say like, oh yeah, we were playing right or we were doing this right, and we didn't do nothing right. We saw the game. You saw the game. I was watching the game. Guess what? We got whooped.
We was pissed the whole game. You know what Eberflus would have did though? Eberflus would have came out here and be like, let's start with the positives. It was tough for me and you, Wes, to even find a great for our great.
He always want to bring out. We going these guys. This guy. He's like, I'm telling you, I was injured. They were injured. Let's get that out the way. You want to bring something? I don't care if my first game. I got whooped. First game of 52nd game. I don't care. I got my butt kicked. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks good. And in the shadow. I don't care about what you finna write. Write this. We got our butts kicked.
Look at the score.
Quote me on it. Quote me. I'm not finna sit here after getting our butts kicked by the Patriots, by the Cardinals, by teams we should have beat. Absolutely. I'm not even mad at the team that was just in the Super Bowl whooping us. I'm not even really that upset about that, but could you imagine if this was Eberflus right now? Oh yeah, we did the right decision, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. And
so, is that what Jalen Johnson got tired of hearing?
I think that's what we all got tired of hearing. Like you out there, and I think he said, and the crazy part out, you even said like, well, he's saying that at the podium. Maybe he's not saying in the locker room. Well, we figured it out. He was saying the same dumb things to his players.
Who? Flus.
We did the right thing, guys. You guys did right. What? No, I messed up. You messed up. We messed up. Coachability.
Jalen Johnson heard that shit. He let him go. He let him go a minute, and then
he lost it. I don't think, and it wasn't just him. No, you're not gonna keep coming here and saying we did. Like you said, when I talked about the Keenan Allen quote, like I think we played enough to win. You said no, you didn't. You should have been winning already. That would have been playing enough to win if you was already up and winning and won the game. That's playing enough to win.
If they was gonna go out like that and let it all hang out in that locker room after that Thanksgiving game, like I said in the chat, I hope Matt Eberflus told Jalen Johnson about his goddamn self.
He had a little 6-shooter. He had about 6 shots.
I hope he did it though.
They had a grenade. They had Uzis for him.
Just to let them know your shit stink too, because these players walk around like they shit don't stink. Definitely. Even if they are really good players. I'm not saying Jalen Johnson's a bum.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But somebody got to tell you, like your shit stink.
Think about it. When Thomas Brown became OC, you was all for you had your ankle all up DJ Moore ass. You was gonna put your whole knee up in there for how he was acting. You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that? And then Thomas Brown came in and said, I'm going to hold you accountable and all that. And next thing you know, the different kind of place, DJ is active in there. He ain't hobbling off going to the bench no more. He ain't been injured. He ain't been out of plays no more.
Bullshit.
You see what I'm saying? He's holding them accountable. He's all this other kind of stuff. And like I said, I would have liked for a better showing. And I'm not saying I expected a win. I would have loved a win. I really expected a better.
So that's what I wanted to ask you earlier. Did you predict this a win? Did you call this a win for us? I did. I picked this a win. I did, and I know better. I should have known better.
Not in the beginning of the season. I don't think I called this a win because they had. No. But after watching last week, since I said and we said it, I was like, "This is a game we can win." And even Devin was like, "I'm scared to call it a win because such and such and such and such." I know. I'm saying though. This is a game we can win. Right. Brock Purdy had his worst game of his career last week. They lost they lost a backup running back. They lost the O-lineman. Then they lost 2 during the game. Like, it was so winnable. And it's like I'm so tired of looking at these games. It's like winnable. Then, like I even told somebody up there, I said honestly, I would prefer if we were 4-9 and we got blown out 23 and 7 out of those 9 losses. Like we just that bad. That it just wasn't.
See, we were losing games at like the last 3 games we lost was by a combined
7.
The last 3 exactly. This was egregious.
It's egregious. On the road.
Smith,
It's always on the road.
Smith, Mama Blues, Jamel, Bear Truth. Look, I appreciate y'all in the chat with us, man. There's some other names that's been in the chat. ATC, look, even Judah come back every week. I know you left.
I didn't even see Judah.
Yeah, he jumped in here. Appreciate y'all jumping in here, man, and chopping up Bears. This is our therapy after a game like this. We need to vent and talk our shit, and you know how it goes. So appreciate y'all in the chat. Smith says, when Jalen was talking about winning during Pop Warner, I wasn't listening.
No, he wasn't
existing. Intelligent life.
Yeah, he was a baby. he was on the teat, as they say.
Let's get Caleb out the way, and then we're gonna pull out these grades. We're gonna grade the special teams, the coaching, offense, and the defense. We got 4 grades. Chef West grades for my man to the right. No matter how much I argue him down, his grades are final. And I will argue him down. That's
my GPA low. No scholarships.
Got the lowest GPA. Oh my God, GPA is very low.
GPA is very low right now.
Let's listen to our starting quarterback, our franchise quarterback, our franchise savior, our Messiah, our. No, I'm just playing. We gonna listen to Caleb Williams.
That's what we finna hear. We finna hear him say this 1,000 times.
Okay, look, hold on. What is with people in the ums? Like, let the man say You ain't never had a presentation and just was like, It happens.
I defended it so much early on in the season. I think Judah said it, and somebody was like, "He's gonna say
Right.
I'm like, "Shut up, be quiet." And the last few of them, I'm like, "Okay, Caleb."
He's an guy, but he's very methodical on what he wants to say. Look, Destin. Apparently, Destin. Look, you watched it before we did. We might have some difficulties, but like I said, you can hear it as long as we can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear.
You know what I'm gonna start doing, Wes? I'm gonna start downloading it. I've been wanting to start doing this. I'm gonna start downloading. I just like to talk over it. You know, we can't just let Caleb and the head coach steal our show. This is our show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is our shit. So
yeah,
that's why I like playing it so we could talk over it a little bit. We don't talk over it.
They the worst part of the show. Shit, they the worst part.
I feel you. Here we go. Franchise quarterback Caleb Williams at the podium. Bear with us, man. Bear with us. Here you
go. First half struggles have been a consistent issue all year. How do you wrap your brain around the slow starts?
Yeah, exactly what TB said. I think if we had the answer, we would have solved it by now as players, as coaches. It's not something that you want to do because that puts you behind the games. And then when you're behind in games, which we've been in a couple of these past games that we've been playing, you got to come back, and it's a taller task. We have to do it, if it happens, but it's a taller task, and you don't want to, deal with that every game.
Hey,
if you can get out and
chill out,
jump on people
in
these teams, and impose your will. That's obviously what you want to do early in games. And we haven't been doing that.
We've talked about the value of you getting reps this season. When you're chasing points the way you've had to chase in the last 2 weeks, are those reps a little less valuable because it's not?
There are trucks, then there's the
truck. We got a commercial.
The GMC
Don't
Sierra.
buy that truck. I wouldn't buy that truck.
Kind of the ideal situation of run pass mix, and you're probably throwing a lot more than you would ordinarily.
I wouldn't say that it's hindering anything or anything like that for me personally.
He threw 23 passes today. What do you mean he's throwing more than he wants?
I think they drop back in these coverages. They're mixing up coverages and things like that. Because obviously, when you get down now, they're trying to make sure that you don't start coming back and scoring points. And it's something that we've done recently pretty well. Is when we get down and we come out of halftime and things like that, scoring points, getting after it. And so I wouldn't say I wouldn't put it in that context of it being negative.
Real quick before I lose my mic, was the communication with UNTV the same today as it had been?
Good question.
In what ways was
Good
it different
question.
as he was the head coach?
Yeah, I'd say it's the same. I think we had I would say him and I, him being on the field, obviously you're right there, being able to talk to each other and things like that, face to face. I'd say that was the biggest difference. And then from there, it's just, when you have these promotions, when you have these, these situations that we've had happen with coaches being fired and things like that and promotions, people earn or are promoted to new jobs. And there's new things that they have to deal with. And it, like I always talk about in all the, interviews that I do, is all the small things matter. And so, when you have to add more to, what you're already doing and it's something new and it's live bullets flying, there's going to be, every once in a while it's going to, things are going to happen. Communication is going to, be different than what it was in the previous position that you were in, just because you have a lot more on your plate. But I think today was, I think we did well today, with the situation that, that has occurred. And we got to keep going, keep fighting, and stand tall.
Caleb, Thomas told us earlier in the week that his message to you guys was about how football rewards teams that play violently.
Yeah.
Just knowing that you guys got outgained by 315 yards in the first half, how do you rectify, whether that's effort, whether that's just being outplayed? How do you rectify that, knowing what Thomas had kind of encouraged you guys to do today?
Yeah, we got, we got, I don't know if Thomas said like this, but we got our ass kicked today. And there's no way around it. You can, like you said, they had, I think at one point they had going to half, they had 240 something, I believe. And we had four total yards. So that's regardless of how we feel, regardless of, all of that, we got to hand it to us.
It's that light button, people.
As offense, defense, special teams, myself, we got to come out and be better. It's just, totally what it is. We got to be more violent. We got to have our screws screwed, and we got to be on point. And that's not what happened today. We started to get something going, and then I end up fumbling the ball, I guess. I end up fumbling the ball. And our momentum and things like that from there started going down, and they go score again, and off of that, and it's you have points off of turnovers and you're already down. It's tough. It's tough at the end of the game.
And just to touch on what you were talking about earlier with the slow starts, knowing that that's been a problem all season long, and sometimes when there is a coach change mid-season, that can maybe give you guys a bump for a little bit, or it could put a Band-Aid over a bigger issue. Does seeing the same problems today that have existed for the previous 13 weeks show you that there might be some other things this team needs to fix that are deeper than just one thing?
Could or could not. I don't have the answer for it being something bigger or just the Band-Aid aspect of it. I think as players, coaches, I think we just overall need to do better. And I can definitely speak on myself. When we get out there, that first half, we got to go and score points, find a way to score points some way, somehow, regardless of how it happens, regardless of, the situation. We got to go out there and score points.
Caleb, what was happening on third down? There's a sequence where there was 4 straight sacks on third downs. What do you think was happening?
Whoa.
Yeah. The most important thing is first and second down efficiency. Not taking sacks on first and second down. When you get the third down, now it's time to, because, if you incomplete, if it's, if there's, we're short of the line or anything like that on third down, if we run the ball, if I, take off, we throw, whatever case may be, taking a sack, it goes into that category. it obviously matters because now you're going off the field, but incomplete, you're going off the field. We run the ball in those situations and we don't get it. You go off the field, you take a sack, you go off the field. So in those situations, first and second down, you don't want to take sacks. Third down is now the time to make.
Caleb, why are you taking sacks on third down? Fucking answer the question. Oh my God.
I want you to be my coach. I want you to be my coach.
Add. God,
what happened on the fumble?
Yeah. We
talk about the fumble.
We called a play, and timing wise, we were just myself, just a little off, and so I was throwing the ball, and timing was a little off. I held the ball, and my hand was still coming forward, and it was ruled a fumble. So yeah.
Caleb, how hard is it for the leadership group, the captains, to continue to kind of galvanize guys when you're losing? I mean, it just to go through the streak. I know we talk about the culture and the veterans and everybody in that locker room, but is it difficult to keep pushing and keep getting guys up for week after week until you get that win?
My job is to lead. The captain's job is to lead from the front, even when it's tough. My job is not to get you up to come into the facility to do your job.
Absolutely.
To come in and have after hours treatment, all these different things, My job is and our job is to go out there and lead the guys and lead the guys the right way. It's a internal thing, to get up and, do the job over and over. And as leaders, we do obviously have to encourage and keep encouraging. We have to stand tall and have that courage. That's the most important thing for yourself. Have courage, and from there you can encourage other guys. And so, as leaders, we have to obviously keep getting up and fighting and leading these guys. That's an internal thing. Getting up and keep going, keep fighting, keep throwing punches. We have to keep coming together. We have to keep finding ways to have productive drives, defense stopping people, special teams on the field, putting it through the goalposts or whatever the case may be. We got to find ways to have successful downs, special teams, defense, offense.
Caleb, very small silver lining today, but you did hit Rome for 2 touchdowns. What did you see on each of those connections?
Yeah. The first one, the defenders on the motion got confused, and they weren't decisive enough, and Rome ran a great route, didn't get collision, and just gave him opportunity ball in the back pylon, something we practice all the time, and he went up and made a great play, getting both feet down. In the second one, knowing the type of player that 54 is on their side of the ball, they end up being in a 2 shell, 2 high shell, playing cover 4 behind it, I believe. With the back going this way, starting off with 3 receivers, to that side of the field on the right side, and back going across my face. Rome ran a great route, froze Fred. Fred had his eyes on me in the back, and Rome ran a great route, made a great catch, and second touchdown.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. The Bears.
Now y'all got me listening to all the ums. I heard the ums before, but now it's like, damn, now everybody hearing the ums, and the ums is a thing. Look, Caleb Williams, and I keep saying, look, a thing that he has to get better at. There's a lot of things he got to get better at going forward in his career. But one of them is I'm gonna put a little Christmas spirit into the one of them is you have to be able to dissect a defense in the first half. I keep saying Caleb gets going in the second half because he realizes what they're doing to him. Once Caleb figures out what the defense is trying to do to him, he excels. He balls. But in that first half, it takes them some time to, oh, this is what they doing. Oh, they trying to force me into this. They trying to scheme up that. They try, you know what I mean? Once Caleb figures it out, he starts to ball. Another thing I took away from that was outplayed by 315 yards in the first half. Sheesh.
Tonight, I think it ended up being at the end of the half. It was 315-4.
How can you win that way, Wes? Like I don't. How can you win that way? I don't get it. I don't know how you win that way, but and then another thing was 4 straight sacks on third down. I didn't know that. I was watching the game clearly, obviously, but I wasn't able to focus in like I like to. 4 straight sacks on third down. There was something there. You know what I mean? What is going on this third down that you keep taking sacks, Caleb? Why you keep taking sacks? O-line, why y'all keep giving up sacks? Like, why are we not, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Then the fumble was the most Bears thing ever. Everything that happens is controversial. Everything that happens to us is controversial. There's no game where there's no controversial call, play, or whatever made. It's always some controversy in our games. And then the last thing I took away, he talked about being a captain. The Bears got 8 captains, Wes. 8 captains? I have never played on the team with that many captains.
I don't think none of them is a lineman.
I hope not. I hope not.
No, they got no lineman. I don't think maybe Montez Sweat is a captain. That's it. You got 7 skill position captains. 2 of them
like Darnell Wright don't speak. I feel like Darnell Wright don't say shit. I feel like he just show up to work.
They just show up, go home, feed their babies. That's crazy.
You got any other thoughts on these press conferences, and then we're gonna jump into Chef Wes Reeds.
I'm gonna go bottom up because I was writing down the comments that he said. 0 field goals. We were complaining about not getting field goals. We don't want field goals. We don't want field goals. Field goals matter. Field goals count. Field goals help. Let me say that. They help.
Absolutely.
They help with points on the board.
Points.
They help field position. You know, they help with end of the game situations, because if your kicker is 3 for 3 in a game and then you might go down the field to drive a field goal win. Come on, we Bears fans. We know who Robbie Gould is. We know how great of a foot that was for us for many, many years.
Right.
And then
we let him go like
we let him go because of double doink, because of one double stupid doink. I think he didn't kick after that. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Yes, Smith, you're exactly right. And the third thing I had to say, I didn't realize that 4 of those sacks were on third down. I just remember them being really important. And I remember I was telling him get north. Like I always scream. I mean, I scream it most of the time anyway, but that's what I kind of mean. Like getting north, because some of those was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. So I think one of them was 3rd and 1. I think he got sacked on something silly like that. Like
really? Yeah.
You know, it's just like get the positive, because even if it's 3rd and 5 and you get 3, that's 4th and 2. That's an analytical decision to say, hey, should we go for it? But if you get sacked on 3rd and 3 and now it's 4th and 8,
yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I'm saying about Caleb just bailing out. Even if you, like you said, even if you throw it away on 3rd and 3, it's still 4th and 3, 4th and 2, 4th and 1. You still have that decision. The decision's not made for you almost, especially if you're out of field goal range.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And the fact that, hey, when the last time Caleb went out there, his young career, said, we got our ass kicked.
He could have, yeah, you're right, because he could have been saying that.
He could have been said that. That's indicative and it's mirroring of your head coach. he said he wanted to be, PG-13 and say I got our butt kicked. But hey, Caleb Young, he said, hey, I don't know if he said it like this, but I'm gonna say it. We got our ass kicked. Because you know what he said when they probably first went into the locker room? Guess what? Before I say anything about this game, we got our ass kicked, y'all. Just so y'all know. I don't care. We can go into the tape this week and all that. I just want y'all to know. Look at the score. Let me tell y'all what y'all did. We got our ass kicked. Now let me tell y'all about some other stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Like you said, accountability, all this other kind of stuff. The Shane Waldron thing, the Matt Eberflus thing. You not holding people accountable, and that's what I said. Mark, the reason that those players jumped up on Eberflus like that, because they felt like they could.
Mm-hmm.
They felt like they could.
Oh, that I like that you said that because, and I'm just saying this real quick. I heard Alex Brown and Legs Briggs. I like listening to them because they real. They're not just players, but they say the real shit. They said as a head coach, you got to be ready to fight every player in that locker room.
Yeah, you can't.
You got to be ready to put you. If it come down to it, y'all are all grown men. You ain't finna disrespect me. You ain't gonna. Yeah. You got to be ready to fight every man in that locker room.
Your kids, not in my house. I pull my belt off.
And you just said they felt like they could.
They felt like they could. They felt like they could because you kept coming out being soft. You kept coming out being even like I went back to that clip. Like I told you about the Shane Waldron clip. We was getting blown out. Mm-hmm. And Shane Waldron sitting next to Caleb smiling, and Caleb looking like, "Why the fuck is you smiling? We out here getting thrashed by the Patriots or something. Like, don't smile at me and laugh and go, this ain't fun. I'm just starting off doing this, dude. This is my career. I could never play football again in the next few years if this can't keep up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be a starter coach. You might get an offensive coordinator job somewhere at some college or something, maybe even two. But for me, this is when, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. And that's the same thing with Eberflus. That's what I got out of that. He said something that Thomas Brown said earlier on this week when he was like, "We got to be more violent." He said we wasn't violent. That defense wasn't.
Yes, it wasn't not violent at all. Not at all. Like I said, look, go ahead. Keep going.
I was gonna say, TJ. Like I said, other than those few little TJ blow-ups that happened, I think Stevenson had one. That's like 4 tackles out of the 50-something that y'all got a chance to commit. And only 4 of them was monsters of the Midway, Bear. We talking about, like you said, Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher, Mike Brown. We go back to, all these great, like, tacklers in Bears history. And y'all got 4. Y'all was out there grabbing shoestrings and t-shirts. Like, no, dude. Like that's what I got out of it, man. Look, I like the fact that you could tell that Thomas Brown is in his players.
Yes.
You can hear the same kind of thing, and it's aggressive and it's accountable and it's a my fault. We were wrong. We're going to try to do better kind of feel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We didn't have that for fucking 12 weeks. We didn't have that. We were doing the right thing. No, you was losing. That's what you were doing. And then, like I said, the field goals, like getting down into field goal range is important.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? That's important. That was another thing. And like I said, sacks on third down, because the last 3 or 4 games, we had one of the highest third down efficiencies in that past month.
Offensively.
When Thomas Brown first took over, like we came off a good third down, kind of was good. We was getting up there that last kind of one with when Thomas Brown first kind of came in. Or I think that last Shane Waldron, we was kind of getting up there, but it just was terrible offense. Our third down was the only thing we could clap our hands to. And in the next 3 weeks, we were really good on third down. We was making those completions to, he was targeting DJ Moore 12 times, Keenan 11, Romadunze 10, Cole Kmet 9, and we was efficient. Because you know what? Half of those passes, each one of them went to third downs to get the first. And then we didn't do that today. And that's why I said, like, I can't give y'all no good grades because I know what y'all can do on third down, and y'all just didn't do it today.
Caleb need to be coached hard. He needs to be like I'm a Caleb fan, and you know how it was surrounding him. He's a diva. He's this. He's that. He's whatever. Look, some of it's true. The dude was the first NIL megastar, and he was in California. You know what I mean? Like
$2 million a year, $1 million a year, something in college.
Some of it's true. You gotta coach him. You have to coach him. Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron weren't coaching him.
Hey.
I don't care what nobody said. They weren't coaching. He don't have an ego to him. He was a superstar where he came from, where he was at.
I wish I had to go to Bio Monday, Wednesday, and lit on Tuesday, Thursday, and then still made $1 million. I got to live in a penthouse while I was in college with my two $5,000 bulldog puppies or whatever he had.
It's just crazy that they were scared to coach that kid. And look, the coaching search is on. The coaching search is on. We're gonna be following the entire thing. We're gonna be reporting on the entire thing. We're gonna be speaking on the entire thing. Let's move to our next segment and let's talk about these grades, man. The Chef West grades that I'm probably gonna poke some holes in. We'll see. Look, maybe you shock us today.
I wrote them all down because I know how I thought we had a structure to this, but last 3 or 4 weeks you've been like, I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Just what the way the wind blowing today.
How do you feel?
I don't think the wind blowing at all. So I'm gonna kick it off like this. We're gonna start with we're gonna get this out the way. Let's get this out the way real quick because I feel like we're gonna have some conversations on these next ones. Special teams, talk to me. What you got for the special teams?
I knew you was gonna go there.
DeAndre Carter left the game early. Like you said, no field goals was had. I couldn't pay attention like I wanted because I was busy. I was working during the game, but I was able to still watch it. Tory Taylor, I don't know what you thought about his punts, the 4th round draft pick as a punter. What else we got on special teams? The kickoffs were, let's see. Not Jack, but what is his name? What the fuck? Blackwell, Josh Blackwell.
Oh,
Josh Blackwell replaced he replaced DeAndre Carter, and he had one. It says, I see 1 punt return for 14 yards. I don't see anything.
I think it was 1 actual kick return. And the thing about it is, and I'm gonna tell you what my grade is, because you just reminded me of something in that. Let's see, kick returns. I see DeAndre Carter 1 for 25 yards, 1 punt return for 14 yards. Tory Taylor 6 punts, 316 yards, averaging 50.
Tory Taylor had 2, and you said 6 punts.
6 total punts, 316 yards, averaging 52. 2 in the 20. Longest was 60. So with that being said,
Chef West grades, we are on special team grade C-.
C-. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to add to that. Because I think 3 of the kicks, I want to say, I don't know if you saw them, but 3 of the kicks that they kicked off to us after scoring didn't hit the target zone.
Yes, I did see that. Yep.
So I think it's 2 or 3 of them hit the target zone. So we started like the 40, which is terrible given how many points we scored. Which is terrible. But Tory Taylor averaging 50 yards a punt, 2 in the 20. Given how awful our offense was, I'm pretty sure if we would have had some more yards, drove down and still had those punts, he probably had more in the 20. His
4th round pick good. Now.
His punts were great. They were good. They were cool. Like I said, the kickoff returns can't really
yeah, that's a long one, Chris. Chris, appreciate you jumping in the chat and putting your 2 cents in here. I'll read it real quick, Wes, unless you want to keep going.
No. I was reading it. You can read it. I'm gonna read it.
Caleb could not score as usual until 24 points. Caleb, the coach killer, just chased away Ben Johnson or any good coach for next year. How many coaches can he get fired in one season? Most sacks ever. Wow. And he goes on to say, added a new center that is ranked 10th best in the NFL. Added Keenan Allen, Odunze Swift. Fields or Bagent would be 12-2 or 13-1 with this much talent around them. Instead, we have a sack record-breaking Caleb. Holy shit. Look.
First, I'm gonna go for
Go
first
ahead.
of all.
Go ahead, because my God, I might not stop talking about that.
The center is not 10th best in the NFL.
Coleman Shelton, do you look, follow the page? We got a Facebook page, Black Bear Podcast. We got a YouTube page as well. I got footage of Coleman Shelton. Oh my God!
Did you see? We just talked about. I don't know if you missed about an hour ago when he just got dismissed on his block, like just dismissed. And that was just the most embarrassing part of it. Like if you watch him, he
ranked 10th among who? PFF or who's ranking him 10th?
It must be it's CFF, Chris Foster's rankings or something. CFI, Chris Foster's rankings, because he's not even this offensive line coming into this week. No, he's not. He's not good. I don't care what they rank him. He's just not good. Eye test. Let's watch what he do. He's not good. It's definitely
it's some patent going on.
Yeah.
I'm saying like some table patent or some banging.
Oh, that's me doing this because I'm.
I'm about to say, God damn,
that was me doing this. That was me doing this. My bad, because this.
Nah, you good.
He centered like I wouldn't. I put 17, 18. 15, 16, sure, whatever. Top 10, not even though his name. Yeah, 17th, right? Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Just wanted to correct you on that. And I can tell you this much. Honestly, man, and then Mark will tell you, Fields won't be doing this.
Oh, that's the second part of what he said.
Yeah, Fields won't be doing it. Bagent can't do it. He can't do it. He can't move it. No, he can't.
Chris, remember Justin took a lot of sacks too. Justin got sacked a lot too. Like this isn't just a Caleb thing. Justin was sacked a lot as well. But the fact that, oh my God, this comment, this is probably one of the most egregious comments we've had in the past few weeks, or all season. I haven't really seen somebody take this stance, especially if you're watching the game. You know what I mean? He said, Caleb, 21 sacks in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter game within 7 points. Caleb has taken 8 sacks and has 0 touchdowns. His fourth quarter TDs all came down to 2 scores. Playing catch up versus prevent 4 and 10. Look, let me tell you this. And I know we own Chef West grades, but the only reason you're talking about fourth quarter sacks is because we were in those games in the fourth quarter. And you know why we were in those games in the fourth quarter? That man, number 18. You don't get the opportunities with Justin Fields. You don't get those opportunities with Mitchell Trubisky. You just don't get them. Caleb is giving us those opportunities. Yes, we had a blocked field goal in Green Bay, which would have gave us the first win over Green Bay in 10 games. Now we're on an 11-game losing streak against Green Bay. But guess what? Justin had 3 years to try to beat Green Bay. He couldn't do it. Mitch is the last one to do it in 2018, but he did it only one time. One time.
In 3 years, I think we have.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is another reason. This is why I
calling him the coach killer. Calling him the coach killer is ridiculous. Like
this is why I want Flus. This is why I wanted Flus gone. Look, when I was coming at the players, I wasn't defending Flus. Washington, Caleb goes to his hometown. We struggle. His arch nemesis, if you want to say, Wes, if anybody, arch nemesis, Jay Daniels. He leads the game is in a bag, and you let him throw a Hail Mary. You give him that game, and then we talk about the Green Bay game. Caleb does what he needs to do, gives you the lead again, or almost gets you the lead. He gets you in field goal range, and you get it blocked. That's another. You give him those 2 games. Comments like Chris Foster won't be. You won't have any leg to stand on. But he does right now. He does. Caleb gets sacked a lot. If he's going to compare to Justin, I don't know what angle, because Justin got sacked a lot too. He got sacked a lot too.
Yeah, I just don't. It's just egregious to say this about Caleb.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's like you're not watching the
rookie,
game.
Like, I just saw a stat. I think C.J. Stroud last 5 games, he only threw 4 touchdowns. He got sacked 13 times. It's his second year. He did this already for a season. We could talk about all of these things and compare them, but let's actually compare them.
I mean, actually compare. Look at the numbers. Justin Fields wish he had these numbers as a rookie. He wish he did. I'm sorry, but he wish.
A lot of rookies. Peyton Manning wish he had these numbers as a rookie.
I just told you Mitchell Trubisky threw 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions as a rookie. He wish he had these numbers as a rookie.
Caleb is
don't do that, Chris.
He breaking records. He broke all the Bears rookie records as far as I know, as far as passing goes.
And some NFL ones.
He broke some NFL ones too. Like, let's not.
Yeah, don't do that, Chris.
Hang him out the dry. We can't completely hang him out the dry like that.
No, I appreciate the comments for sure, because we'll talk about it. We debate it here. Me and Wes, me and my co-host here, we don't agree on everything. But so I appreciate the comment. But
Justin Fields has the all-time sack record for a Bear. I think it's 9. Caleb ain't got sacked 9 times yet. I think Justin was at 10 sacks in the game one time, to be honest with you. But let's not talk about my man JF.
Yeah, that's
like I said. I am a Justin Fields fan. I am a Justin Fields fan. Don't get me wrong. It's fine, but come on, we're not going to compare him to Fields. Let's stop. Calling him a coach killer his first season is ridiculous.
This is insane. What was your special teams grade? And if he's the coach killer, why was Jalen Johnson? And I'm sorry, because you know it's my guy. Why Jalen Johnson wasn't coming at Caleb? Why is he yelling at Flus if Caleb was the reason? Okay. Go ahead, Wes. What was your grade again? C-. So look.
C- because the punt was good. I can't yell at the returns because of the injuries. We didn't get the return because they caused 3 penalties on their kickoffs to give us to the 40-yard line, which our offense should have capitalized on, but they didn't. So just based off the decent punt, because they was never in real good field goal range. I mean, we're starting field position the whole game. The 49ers wasn't. They were just making really, really good, really, really big chunk plays constantly.
Hey, Wes, I'm trying not to listen to this dude or pay attention.
Yes, worse this season, but not NFL record or not no rookie record. You go back to what you said. You said Bears rookie record for sacks or Bears quarterback record for that. That's what you said. Yes, he's last. Yes, he's has the most sacks in the NFL for a quarterback. Yes, that's what.
And we just talked about that.
You
can't keep taking these sacks. You absolutely can't. You can't take these sacks. In facts, but you're throwing out numbers to us, but you can twist numbers and stats to. I can find plenty of stats and arguments to prove my case. You can bend those. Watch the games. The eye test matters more than just stats. Yeah. But look.
You said most sacks ever. That's what you say. He chased Ben Johnson away. Most sacks ever.
Chase Ben Johnson away.
That's not a fact.
Look, if Ben Johnson don't come here, it's because he ain't got a top 3 O-line. Look, I guarantee you, if the Lions didn't have a top 2 O-line, I was gonna go top 2. Yeah. Ben Johnson wouldn't be doing shit.
He said facts, Mark. Fields and Bajan will be 12-2 or 13-1. That is not a fact. They haven't been, or we wouldn't have Caleb.
Oh, he said Bajan too.
He said Bajan. He said Fields or Bajan will be 12-2 or 13-1 with this much talent around them. Instead, we have a sack record-breaking Caleb. Not a sack record. It's not a record. I know it's not a sack record. So I'm just saying he said facts. Those things are not facts. You said that our center, he's ranked 10th coming into this week. That's not a fact.
It's not a fact.
He's not. You said PFF got him at 17th, so that fact was wrong. Now let me tell you about what you said. facts. We speak facts. Trust me. We speak facts. Fourth quarter, 7 points. Caleb Williams taking 8 sacks and has 0 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Caleb Williams is one of the best fourth quarter quarterbacks in the league.
He is. He has.
Oh my God.
In the last month, he scored, I think, in every he threw a touchdown every fourth quarter in the last 4 games, I believe. Or close to it. If not, this game was probably.
You said not PFF. What is, like you said, the CFR?
The CFR?
Chris Foster rankings or whatever?
Yes, he did take that. The fact that the sacks hurt in the final draft, yes, that is a fact.
Let's move on to our next grades, man. We ain't gonna keep.
I'm just saying. He said, "I'm just giving y'all facts." Let me tell you what you didn't give us. What you actually did. Most sacks by every quarterback. I don't know.
You gave the special teams a C-. I look, I'm not gonna argue with you. I would go less, but I'm not gonna argue with. There was no mistakes.
Yeah,
if you don't have no mistakes and you don't do anything good, you hover around that C.
I give him a C-. Like I said, those. I mean, if you average 50-yard punch, that's what you want. He didn't punt the ball out of the ground. They fielded well on the punts. That's fine. Like I said, we didn't get those kick returns because they had penalties. It wasn't our fault. We couldn't return it because the ball never landed in the landing zone. So not our fault. So that's what I'm doing. I'm shining some a little bit of light, give it to the the special needs kids or whatever. And then we can keep going on.
You ready for this next one?
I'm ready for everybody else.
You see it. Defensive grade. Defense. Now we get into the meat. The meat of the team.
The meat and potatoes. The roast beef.
Mm-hmm.
We already had the carrots. Took this roast beef. Ooh, my mark.
This man said our best player is Tory Taylor. Okay.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
How many plays he had? 6?
6.
Bear Truth. Hey, look. I was wondering where you went, Bear Truth. Bear Truth said F-. F- for the defense, 38 points. I'm hold on before you go, Wes. Let me just yell out some numbers. Yell out some numbers. Let me yell out some numbers. 38 points. They gave up six third down conversions. They were 6 for 12 on third down. 2 for 2. The 49ers were on fourth down. They gave up 131 rushing yards, 321 passing yards, 452 total yards. In contrast, we had 162 total yards. We weren't the greatest today, but they gave up almost 500 yards of total offense. They did get one. They did get the interception on Brandon Allen, right? They got the interception on Brandon Allen. And there you have it. Look, 452 yards of total offense, 50% on third down, and 100% on fourth down. F. You and Bear Truth in lockstep this week. What the
F. I wish I can give them this grade right here. I don't know if y'all ever got one of these grades right here. Y'all know what this grade is? Anybody ever got one of these back in the day, a long time ago? Like, you know what this means?
The I, huh? Let me guess. I don't know.
Incomplete means that you didn't even show up to class enough to put in enough grades to even get an F. I didn't want to do F- because I wanted to go lower than F-. It is.
I mean, they got the turnover. That's why they got an F. The turnover.
That's what I got. They got one question right out of 50. F. If they got their name right, they put the date right, and they got one question. That's it. If they didn't get that turnover, which honestly, the only reason that I'm even putting a big, thumbs up on it because it was Jonathan Owens, who we thought probably wouldn't even play defense this season. He's probably going to be a special team kind of guy. Like, I'll give props to him because I kind of clowned him in the offseason. He's out there still working his tail off. So I'm gonna give him a clap for Jo. You know, I clowned him a little bit.
You get a clap for who?
Jonathan Owens. You know what? You know the nickname we gave him in all season and all of that. We kind of clown my man a little bit, but hey, look, he got a punt return for a touchdown. He got an interception now. Like, so I'm gonna give him that late turnover, but still a turnover. It's just F, incomplete. Just F. Just terrible. Like, just.
Chris, you don't. Chris, I respect. I love that you in the chat, but Jesus, you don't know football. I gotta say it. Keep going.
I don't know.
My bad.
No, I don't know. I see what he's saying. Like, I don't see how.
I don't see what he's saying. I don't see it at all.
How he's worse than Justin Fields when he
numbers don't lie.
Statistically, has been better than Justin Fields.
If you talk about last year, remember Justin Fields was a third year quarterback. Imagine Caleb in year 3.
That's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully speaking. You know,
Bear True said give the defense a F for Flus. Put the grade back up.
I was ready to get my other grades, but they are.
My bad. What was the grade? Just say it, because I
can rewrite.
Oh yeah, it was an F. It was an F. I forget the failing grade. Okay, so let me put polls.
Failed in the first half.
I 100% agree. I don't think I've agreed with one of your grades this season.
Not like that.
Not like this. Absolute F. F. Like, you start thinking, this is when you tell them to go to your counselor and get you out of this class, because you are not ready for this.
They need an IEP.
This curriculum. IEP.
An individual education plan.
Look, this curriculum is too tough. That Shanahan shit that he was that Trig or something? What that Shanahan shit was too much.
What I say earlier this week, I said, man, if I was them, man, the way the Niners looking like Shanahan, you said you want this guy, and I'm watching him just manipulate this offense like that, and I waited 2 whole quarters to say anything in the chat. Like, I waited 2 whole quarters. I'm like,
I can't wait to have the coaching conversation, the coaching episode. I can't wait. That's going to be a fun episode, Wes. It's definitely going to be a fun episode. Look, I agree with the F. It seems like, I'm going to just say the chat. Oh, Mama Blue says Z. I don't know it's Z, but that's terrible.
We gotta go off world. We gotta start speaking other languages.
the regular scale don't even fit what the fuck
this
team is doing.
Because the crazy thing is that I keep going back to, and I feel like we voodooed them, because we was like, the Bears is focusing on offense. This is a new Bear regime. We ain't gonna talk about what happened in the past. Blah blah blah. We always was defense. Mm-hmm. And as bad as this defense has looked this season, I'm just like, do y'all really need draft picks and people to patch out on the back to, like, do you need us to call y'all the monsters of the Midway for y'all to actually beat them? Like what are we missing that y'all missing? Like I said, the only thing that is different is really is Brisker and then Billings. That's pretty much it.
You are correct. Yeah.
As far as impact players on the defense.
Now Billings
is an impact player. Don't get me wrong. He is. He's an impact. And look, at first I was saying Jaquan, but then I thought about it when I was just talking. I'm like, and Billings. So those two go down, and that's it. That's all. That's crazy.
I'm not mad at the F. I agree with the F. They deserve an F. They probably deserved get kicked out the class.
Detention.
This would be the first time somebody got detention for just bad grade performance. You get detention. You go sit in detention after that. All right, look, we got 2 more, offense and coaching. I think let's go. I'm gonna leave. Okay, offense. Grade the offense. I'm gonna leave head honcho for last. We'll talk about Thomas Brown last and finish up the segment with Thomas Brown. D-. I imagine the 2 touchdowns get them to a D.
The 2 touchdowns get them to a D because they was definitely F worthy. And like I said, I'm gonna give them a little leniency on that call, that fumble call, because I think that really messed everything up. Because I felt like they was coming down. I feel like they was driving. I thought Caleb was gonna have that 230, 250.
You see that comment?
Hey,
that's
man,
love,
who doesn't?
Love, ain't it? That's
who
love.
Doesn't? But appreciate it, Chris. We appreciate it. But I feel like that slowed down.
And then he goes on to say this. I like this dude. For
what
sure.
You got to teach? I've been watching them. What you got to teach me? Nothing. You subscribe and like. Tell your friends too.
Appreciate that, Chris. For sure. Look, it's all love. We all Bears fans, so it's all love. Keep going, Wes.
But yeah, and I feel like that was a momentum killer. It was unexpected. It was
a major momentum killer though.
It was one of those things where it wasn't like they did nothing, and I don't even think that we did nothing. I think it's one of those kind of things where, the zebras get together and they bring out the Bible. And they go to
remember, he threw the challenge flag, and they said,
then they picked the challenge flag up for him instead of letting him take the challenge. Because what if he would have lost the challenge? That would have been a timeout, game changer. You know what I mean? Like
right.
That I think that. So I'm gonna give them some leniency on that one, and that they came out like they usually do in the second half. They came out looking to score, looking to do things, and they was looking like, I'm like, okay, here we come, and even the defense was kind of stopping them 3 and outs, like it was kind of like, okay, here we go.
This is what we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Here we go. Like I said at the halftime, I said, let's just finish strong. And I think that right there was like, that ice skating girl that hit the girl with the pipe on her kneecap because she was going to lose in the Olympics or something. I forgot her name. But it was kind of one of those moments like you did something outside the realm of the game that caused us to kind of revert a little bit and put them in great field position, which made them score.
They called that a fumble.
And that was crazy. So that's why they get the D-, not just a D, but a D-, because they were getting it. I mean, like I said, we had
and then
5
Swift,
yards.
Swift only had 38 rushing yards. That's another part of the offense too. 7 sacks. If you want to call Caleb out or the whole.
We talk about the whole offense.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. And I could be like, well, DeAndre, so if he's out there by himself, he didn't have no help, no backup. Pretty much he needed to run the ball every single time in order to make stuff happen. We could talk about all of that, but just overall, it's D-. Just D-. And with that being said,
so I agree with the D-. I would it was bad, huh? It was bad. I like the D-. I can't push back. Today, honestly, I couldn't push back on any of your grades. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. The F's were placed where they needed to be placed. And the D's went where they needed to go too. So
I hope you like this one.
Everybody hate Chris. Oh my bad. Everybody hate Chris theme song.
That's for you, Chris Foster.
Destin said F's all over. Yeah, look.
Basically.
You could you got could. D-, F, D-, F, You ready for this last one? And this last one is very interesting. But we talk about this game and this game only. Coaching grade.
And I know
Thomas
you just
Brown. Go
ahead.
Game.
No, go ahead. I'll let you get your.
Thomas Brown, Eric Washington, Chris Beatty, new offensive coordinator, and Richard Hightower. These are the dudes that's under the scope right now as coaching. But obviously, more is weighing at the feet of Thomas Brown. Coaching grade. Talk to us. You see what the chat saying? We got the hey, y'all in lockstep. He actually said F minus from Bare Truth, but F. Your first day on the job, Thomas Brown, you get an F. Shit. Talk to us, Wes. Why you give him an F? What was your reasoning for the F?
Like I said, I really didn't expect like a W. Like I wasn't big on like, oh my God, we never even used the words must win. You know,
you knew better. You knew better.
Yeah. But I expected better preparation, better showing. You remember I said it all week in our group chat, like good showing.
You think Matt Eberflus happy right now?
I don't think he's happy.
I mean, you fired me, and so I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna hope you don't succeed. Right? Ain't that how it go?
I don't know if you can say happy.
Okay.
Because if he would have had, let's say, 1 or 2 away wins, because he had 3 in 3 seasons or something crazy.
You feel like Flus like, damn, yeah, y'all should have got my ass up out of there.
Like, not even that, like they said, y'all are who we say y'all are away.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have to get on a plane. If y'all got to take a bus up to St. Paul, it's cool. Yeah. Y'all got to take a bus over there to the thumb. Over there to Detroit. Oh, good. Y'all gotta take the metro, jump on that metro to go up to Green Bay, because you can take the metro right up, take the pink line to Kenosha, then get off, and then take I think it's the 174 bus up, and you could be in Kenosha. You know, it's right there in the middle of a town. You could ride a bike to the stadium, you know. Like, y'all do great. Those away games it's like, well, when y'all really gotta look. Remember, I traveled with them this season. I went east. I'm west. I seen what they do when they get east and west. It's just that plane ride. I don't know what they feeding them. I don't know if they just need to. I don't know if it's the jet lag. It's just like when they get there, it's like I don't know if they get enough sleep. I don't know what it is. It's just
maybe it's just the States, because you remember this, don't you? You remember this right here. Maybe it's just the States. Go ahead, talk to us.
But remember, before they went over there, they said we have a plan to combat the travel. We're going to give them like 30 straight hours off before they have to come into practice or anything.
Rejuvenate.
Right. They said we're going to get that. And remember, they got that from the last time we went over there last season. I think we went over last season. Remember, they went a day earlier. They said we're not even gonna sit down and bring everybody in the house Holly. We going, all right, cool. We're gonna come in, tell everybody itineraries, get out, get over there to London.
I think today. They spent the entire week in London.
Right. Remember, they didn't come a couple, so they was there. They had a couple days off to kind of like acclimate and kind of figure it all out and get and make sure that wasn't an issue. And that worked. I don't think you can do that going to San Francisco. You can't go, you know. If we play them, let's just say we played them next Sunday right now, we're gonna leave for San Francisco on Monday night, and we're gonna spend the whole week in San Francisco.
I think the outcome would be the same too.
I think it would. That's the crazy thing. I don't even know the equation. You know, Albert Einstein took him a long time to get the E equals MC squared for relativity, and that's just a theory. That ain't a fact. So it's just. I expect like I said, 21, 24 points coming out, looking kind of good. Even if it was a slow start in the first half,
right?
They came out. Like I said, I was expecting, and like I said, that fumble might have kind of hit the brakes for him a little bit, but I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting 3-4 sacks, not 7. You know what I mean? I was expecting some difference from the first half to the second half, but then I look at them like they didn't really do nothing.
They didn't do shit
in the first half to change something. But I think that one game when he threw 3 touchdowns the second half, the first half they didn't do nothing. I think they had 6 plays that first half of that game for like 27 yards. And then Caleb came out and threw for like 242 or something like that, 3 touchdowns, almost won a game.
Absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't give them the benefit of the doubt because all y'all know, y'all been here. Eric, okay, good. You got a new office. Same shit. You've been there.
That's it. You got a new office to.
You got a new office, Thomas. You had to come down on the field, get the Microsoft tablet out, and put it in front of you. Like I don't know. Do you need to hang it off your neck so you can look at it every second and have them sending you sky images every single second so it can look like you up in the booth? Like what?
Boy, Thomas better tell him like it is in that locker room.
Yeah, and I think he is.
I may not be here next year, but I want y'all to know that shit. If y'all play like that, every coach that comes in this motherfucker gonna be fired.
Yeah, and I think that's how he talked to him though. I think that's how he get at him. I think that's how he coach him. That's why I don't want. They talk about the old Caleb when they was down here in Arizona with Kyler Murray, Kingsbury, whatever. Kyler said, Cliff Kingsbury. Kyler said they said it like. He didn't really coach. He was soft about it. He didn't really coach. Kyler Murray wanted to be coached. He wanted to be yelled at. You fucked up. You messed up. You're wrong. Do it again. Stop. Before you even stop. Stop. Nope. You started off wrong. Start over and try again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like coached hard. And I think that's what he's going to do. And that's what he's going to keep doing. It just didn't translate this week, bro. So you get an F. Like I said, next week you get an A. I'm okay. Hey,
it's a week-to-week thing. We don't grade these off of the entire season. This is a week-to-week thing. Every week in the NFL is a season in itself. You got 6-7 days until you can get that bad taste out your mouth.
You got 4 days. You got 4 days if you pray enough.
I'm saying, I mean, at least till you can get back on the field and right your wrongs from last week.
Yeah, you know I'm just saying, like you can go from a Sunday night to a Thursday night. That's for like 4 days.
Yeah,
you know, that's what I mean. And my whole point of saying that is, I expected a better showing. And I don't even want to talk about the fumbles. It's like even some of the plays that I saw, like the targets that I seen, like. And like I said, we can probably blame it on the offensive line and Caleb holding the ball and all this other kind of stuff. But like, I mean, it was like in 3 games before that, the last 3 games before that, I mean, he was targeting all his receivers 10 times. He threw the ball 30-some times. Maybe he was throwing the ball 40-some times. We complain down because we always been down.
Why we don't know no better?
Why it doesn't go from the next week to the next week? It's like every week is week 1 all over again.
Oh my gosh, we should know better. Why do I pick this team every week? Not every week. I picked us this week though, and you know you get the new head coach bump. Everybody got that new adrenaline and it didn't happen. We started slow. You could see it from the beginning of this game that the 49ers had more juice than we did. Well, look, that's gonna complete Chef West Grades. We got one more segment, and it's the blame game because somebody got to get blamed for this bullshit that we saw out there. We're gonna play the blame game, and we're gonna wrap this show up and get up out of here. We ain't gave out a game ball. It's crazy.
And
we ain't gave out oh my gosh. We got a pile of game balls sitting here, and we can't even give them out.
I bought a game ball. I bought a little bit. See, remember I had my little Bears? I got my little Bears football that I want to give out the game ball. I ain't got nobody to give it to.
This shit is it sucks because we followed them all off season. We had so much hope together, me, you, and Devin doing this show all off season through the draft, the pro day for Caleb Williams, the start of OTAs, the start of training camp, hard knocks. Like we was here following me, you, and Devin. We was here following it. We had high hopes for this season. Preseason come, and this is what we got. We're not gonna have competitive football till next year, September. Like let that sink in. We're not going to play games that are meaningful until what is September from here? 7-8 months or whatever you want to call it.
No.
So
9 September, the 9th month.
Destin said, "Fuck a game ball." Yeah, I mean, we gonna pop them all. Fucking put holes in every game ball that we got.
Hey,
to give out.
Tom Brady, Belichick. How you deflate these things?
Deflate them, because why? Like, god damn. Let's play the blame game. Chat, play with us. Let's play the blame game. Who gets the blame?
Come on,
for
Pose,
this
Mama
loss?
Blues, Bear Troop. I'm gonna see what they say first before I throw my card up. I
throw yours
my
out there.
card.
It's a lot
Come
of
on,
blame
Chris
to go
Foster.
around.
Come on, throw your blame in there. We know who it probably gonna be, but go
Yeah, we
ahead.
know
Throw
who
him
his
in
blame
there.
gonna be.
Throw him in there.
I would love to see it though. Put y'all blames in there. I'm going to go with can I go to defense or should I go coach, the defensive coordinator? But the defense coordinator was handed a bag of shit that needed to be spread it over some crops or something. But other than that, he didn't do nothing with that bag of shit. So
he needs to get on a podium and explain this coming week, though. I would love to see Eric Washington.
We ain't even gonna hear from him till Thursday. By then, he gonna be moved on to
talking about the next game,
Minnesota Vikings. I'm going with the defense. I'm going with the defense as a whole. That is the blame game. 38 points is entirely too much. At least make it 20-13 so Caleb in the offense can do something in the second half. Granted, if you want to give your blame to the offense, I ain't gonna be mad at you. They didn't do shit. But for me, defense wins championships. I don't care what you do at quarterback, Wes. I don't care what you do at wide receiver or running back. My job is to keep that other team from scoring. So if it's 0-0 with a minute to go in the game, I've done my job. 38 points is entirely too much. That's the most points we've given up. I don't know when the last time you seen the Bears give up 38.
Last season against Dallas, I was there at AT&T.
Oh yeah, when we scored 31 and yeah, I remember that
I
game.
was there.
They let Justin down that game too. Justin was balling and they let him down. Defense, absolutely unacceptable. We hung our hat on defense. What we say, Wes, we gonna lean on this defense all year. I know we thought week 5 the offense get clicking, but it was a roller coaster season for the offense. You know what I mean? Up and down, up and down.
We shouldn't have to wait for this defense. We still waiting for this defense.
The defense been here. Y'all been together. Play football. Play aggressive, play violent, like your head coach said. Blame game goes to the defense. And I really don't like Jalen Johnson right now. So you are the head of that. What you got? Everybody plus the McCaskies. Not everybody. Everybody
plus the McCaskies. One, we shouldn't have had, like I said, we shouldn't be in this head coaching debacle that we got going on. Like I said, we could blame a couple things on Caleb just not transitioning from week to week. We can blame that on the coaching if you want to. O-line, we've been blaming and we blamed them since last season. That stayed the same. Ain't nothing changed. Defensive line, like I said, looking at Montez Sweat give up that fucking sack just made me throw up almost. Like it was just uncalled for. The personal foul on Darrell Taylor jumping over, head locking, flipping on people.
Okay, at that point, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that, I wasn't mad because get this motherfucker down. Somebody got to put him down. Brock is shaking dudes like he Mike Vick or something. Why is he shaking dudes? Montez Sweat, like you said, Montez.
I could talk about the rookie Booker. I could talk about Jalen Johnson and them. Like, yeah, you showed me one thing, but you out there 57 times. Like like I said, one correct answer on a 58 question test does not pass nothing. The linebackers just looking just disorientated. The secondary just out of place, and I don't know. Like I said, maybe just go back to coaching. So I can go back to Eric Washington. You had everybody in the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong fucking shit. Every single time. Every time. And then I can go back to Thomas Brown. The offense, I needed that second half to be a lot more creative, diverse. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to see a little bit more. You kind of started it off. I seen the swing past the DJ. You trying to get it into Keenan and all this other kind of stuff. But I would have loved to focus on, hey, look, I get it that, that's Travis Homer, number 20, but he was standing there open in the flat a bunch of times. You got to go top 10. You got to don't just throw the ball. Throwing the ball, you'll have 5 sacks instead of 7. I could say the special teams, but y'all the special teams. Y'all only get 12 plays, probably 11 plays a game. So whatever. Y'all did all right. Y'all 6. I gave y'all a C. So whatever. Y'all, do even more. Shit. Block a field goal. Block a punt. The Rams blocked the punt for a touchdown today. Every time I see a team do something like that, I'm like, where's ours? Where's our turn at?
All phases.
All phases. And like I said, then it goes up to the, like I said, the coaches. We already know some of everybody fired. Up to you, Ryan Poe. Should have fired the motherfuckers before. You should have said, Shane Waldron, he seemed too nice. He brought me a gift to his interview. He probably bought him a bottle of wine and said, hey, just in case you don't, you hire me or not, I just want to let you know that. Thank you for the opportunity. You're too nice. We don't need you. Get out the building. Like, come in, bang it on the table, and yelling. Like, that's what we need in this locker room. Like I said, all the way up to the fucking McCaskies. You got to put it, Greg. What is Greg George? Whatever the fuck your name is, dude. You got to infuse. George McCaskey. You got to infuse it. No nice guys. No nice. We don't want to be no nice.
George is nice.
That's what I'm saying. I know he probably a nice dude.
He's nice.
But you gotta say, I don't want nice. I want somebody to do what I can't do. I had a staff sergeant. He was super, super nice. And he always sent this other staff sergeant out there. And I'm like, why you always send him out there? Like, because I don't really like yelling. And Staff Sergeant Ski loves yelling. He just his thing. He just like yelling at Marines. That's it. He just loves it. It just puts a smile on his face every day.
Don't mind him.
He comes out and he bitches and moans. Then after everybody run around crazy and all that kind of stuff, he sit down in his chair. He just laugh and giggle. What are you doing, Staff Sergeant Ski? He's like, I just like watching little Lance Corporals and PFCs run around crazy. They just don't know what to do. Like, you need that mentality. So it's on everybody. We should not be in this position right now. We shouldn't have been. Like I said, the only thing we should have honestly been worried about and been complaining about for 13 weeks is how shitty our offensive line is and how shitty our defensive line is. And how we still need to focus on those trenches. Because we knew that in the offense.
38.
We shouldn't be giving up 38. We ain't did it. We ain't did it with the work, with the coaches we fired. We wasn't giving up 38.
No.
Without some of the players that we didn't have. Remember, we didn't have Keenan Allen and we still was, we didn't have, you know what I mean? Like, we was down Montez Sweat some games. We was down Kyler Gordon some games. We was down Brisker some games. People was injured and bumped and no Darnell Wright and no Ryan Bates and no this and no that. And it wasn't 38 points bad. Because at the end of the day, that's all everybody see. The Bears lost by. Let them score 38.
38 to 13.
That's all everybody sees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on everybody. Now, I get it. To everybody there, maybe it feel like week 1 to y'all. It's far from week 1 for me. It's far from week 1 for you. It's far from week 1 from everybody in these comments. We far from that. So yeah, I get it. First time head coaching, cool, whatever, dude. But you don't get a pass. You can't.
No.
You don't get a pass. You've been in here. You've been in here. All we actually do is go on the field. What's the difference between you being on the field and being in the box? I don't see it. So I put it on everybody, man. Everybody needs to get it together.
Wes, that was a great. You didn't go too hard. You didn't go too soft on them. You just, I like that. I like that.
I want to be super, super mean because, like I said, for some of them, it's they first week on what it is as far as coaching and getting everybody together. They probably were still trying to figure out, like, who books the flights? Who did this? Is on you. Who tells everybody where they're supposed to go? You're the head coach now. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Oh shit, I didn't know. Defensive coordinator, you got to go down there and tell the defense what to do. Oh, that's what he was doing. Oh, okay, this. So I get it. And the makeup of it all, it could have is other stuff that we don't have to deal with or we don't see that you probably had to go through every day. Like he said, my little checklist of everyday things because we just want you to focus on scoring touchdowns every single game all the time. But we don't see the other stuff you got to do, which I can understand, but I expected more, yet and still.
You and me both, and I don't want to, because that was well said. And is your jersey backwards?
Yeah, I want the Doomsday to show today. He
I
scored
like
2 touchdowns today, man.
got his name on the front. Okay, yeah.
My man, yeah, 2 of them today. You know.
The Rook got to eat too. In a lost season, you got to eat too. Fuck it, eat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
happy.
over with.
Yeah, I was happy that he seen him.
He was being calm. He was being cool. Let DJ and Keenan do their thing. Why? Hell no, the season over with. It's time for me to eat now. I want to.
Yeah, go ahead, get it. And the thing about it is, I know a lot of people don't want to say it, and I mean, I've said it a couple times. That's who he wanted to throw the ball to. He been trying to.
I thought that too until I saw Keenan Allen just balling lately.
Yeah,
that motherfucker been. Yeah. Keenan been balling.
He been balling.
DJ been getting targets or whatever, but Keenan been producing.
He been producing. He been in there. He been in there. It's just, I like I said, I feel like he waiting on it to be their offense. I think
for all the old dudes to leave and then take over. I've been there before. Coaching change, and they can't wait to get the older guys out so they can get the young dudes under their thumb. All right. Well, look, Bear True said, just tired of this. We got the QB, get the coach right. I agree. Appreciate y'all tuning into the channel today, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, head over to YouTube. Help us get more subscribers, more growth. Just help the channel out. We here. It's all love. We may talk our shit. We may talk our shit for sure, but it's all love at the end of the day. We all Bears fans. We like to come here and talk Bears. We here every Saturday and Sunday. Look, I'm your host, Mark Robb. Got my co-host to the right of me, Chef Wes.
Been good to be on the right. No offense, Jeff. Been good.
Hey, you got that. I
got promoted.
Yeah, you got that Thomas Brown. Oh man, look, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday. It is 10. Damn, I didn't know it was 10. Y'all know how this go. In 325 game. Look, we'll see y'all next week. And we'll do this all again. Hopefully, we talk about a win. We got the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Yeah, he said, can't wait till the season is over. Look, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday night. We gone. Peace out. Hey, Wes. Look, they don't kick me out, but I want you to stay in here real quick because I want to say something. They don't kick me out after this stream, though. Look, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday night. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.